Welcome to Late Night Chat with JT and Nico, episode 41. Welcome back, everybody. Jay,
Hey, welcome
welcome,
back,
welcome.
everybody. Welcome back,
How you doing?
I'm good,
This
man.
lovely evening.
I know, eh? It's a real late night. I told you, man. No, not that late, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And
it's smooth.
it's getting cold in the city. Snowed today.
It's kind of fucked up, eh? And
It wasn't that much.
I was up last night when it was actually starting to come down. It was turning from rain to wet snow.
That must have been pretty late then, because I
It
don't.
was. It was
yeah,
like
I was gonna.
fucking
What,
almost
2 or
4
3 in the
o'clock.
morning? Yeah. Okay. There you
3,
go.
4 o'clock,
Yeah.
something like that, man. I couldn't get to sleep and.
Shocking.
Oh no! I was watching. There's a few things on TV last night. I was watching, so I started to watch that, and I started to binge on certain things, and fucking yeah. Next thing I know, it started turning from rain to heavy. You can see it coming down, and then with the lights on, you just notice it was snow coming in.
Right.
Alrighty, I said it's not gonna stay on the ground. It's still on the ground at home now. I think. Oh, there.
I gotta go shopping for a new winter jacket this weekend because mine is like fucking beat up. So like, and I usually just wear sweaters throughout the winter. Like that's like my styles.
Well, you're
It's
in the city, so it doesn't get that cold, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets cold, obviously, and you
yeah.
get some wind, but I mean, you're lucky that you're not too far from work and all that stuff, so you're lucky with that.
I laugh.
Sense, right?
I laugh. I heard Joe Budden make a comment one time on his show, saying that he said you always know who the broke hoes are when the winter comes around.
Yeah, when you got 2 sweaters on. But what if you have 2 sweaters and a fucking huge jacket like me in the fall?
No, it was just a funny. It was a smart reference because it's true. Because like summer you can skate by. Like kind of even with your gear.
Anything look cool.
Yeah, exactly. But like you can wear a fucking tank top. You know what I mean? You can fucking wear a white beater. Walk around. Shorts, fucking, but then once it gets to winter, like, you need that heavy-duty coat, you need layers, right? You need scarves, you need hats, you need toques, you need fucking boots, right? That's what I mean, like, that's the expensive gear.
At Goodwill. No, but you could, really. I mean, you could see who's getting hand-me-downs and who's getting,
oh, yeah, sure.
Going and getting their parents to spend all kinds of fucking money on them when they're young.
Yeah, no, it ain't cheap, right? And I remember when I was younger with the winter, like, I was one of those kids that, like, I had to fucking pin the fucking gloves on myself. You know what I mean? Like, I would lose my shit all the time, right? You go out and play in the snow when you're younger, a lot. Come back almost frostbitten. You can't see me losing things? Is that a joke?
No, I can't. I know you have.
Why? Because I've acquired so much.
No, you keep everything. I mean, whether you lose it or you just misplace it in the wrong spot, like the bottom of my microphone here.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, so, I mean, like, I know these I remember these little things, though, like, you didn't lose it, we didn't lose it, you just misplaced it amongst the other stuff.
Why, do you think I'm, like, approaching hoarder status?
Well, define, I don't know what I mean.
That's why I'm asking you, yeah.
I know real hoarders.
Right.
And, I don't want to point them all out there.
I'm not asking you to.
I think you know who I'm talking about.
I do.
I think I brought it up already once.
You have to see me outside of the podcast, but
yeah,
but that's why I'm asking you, because I do have a lot of shit. But I will say, in my defense, before you answer that, and that's why I wanted your honest opinion, but I will say, I do make an effort to get rid of shit, and I do fucking organize my shit.
But like I was just going to say, you do donate your stuff. And you get rid of a lot of things that, like the other day when you made me take 3 I asked.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I asked you if you needed a hand,
right?
Because it's harder for you to, you don't drive anymore. So
right.
I asked you if you needed the hand to get the bags out of there, and you basically gave away 3 bags of stuff.
I did, yeah.
I didn't take a look and see what.
This wasn't set up. That is true.
Yeah, we actually donated.
That did happen.
That or not.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, guys, don't forget to donate. I mean, this stash. I'm getting compliments on this. I don't know what the hell it is. It's ugly, but people seem to like it. I don't understand it. They just want me to look ugly.
I was talking to one of our friends today here, and he said he was about to go in on you on the comments, but since it was like for a good cause, he felt some of the.
Did you see my gay buddy, Caesar?
Yeah.
From work, saying I look like that guy that you're talking about, that you supposedly look like, that Jesse said you look like. Was it? That's who he said from
Emperor Palpatine?
I don't know, but he said the guy with the hood, with the guy from the thing, and I'm going, no, that looks like you. I thought, right?
Did he say? Or did he comment on the photo? I didn't see that. Oh, I didn't see that.
One of the photos, man, and it mentioned it. I don't know if it was on Facebook or if it was on Instagram, but yeah, I've been waiting to see this thing go off my app to say that I've gotten some donations yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I wanted to bring that up too.
my
Come on,
third
guys. We
stash.
haven't got any money as of yet, but we're also going to do our job
There's
to
a lot
start
of talk
promoting it
out
more.
there.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've been telling people personally. I'm trying to
I'm
kind of
feeling
bang that
comfortable
drum.
about this.
Well, listen, we need to get this to happen, guys. Think about it. Okay, if everybody pitches, like, let's say $20, okay? 25 people. If 25 people pitch $20 ain't that bad, okay? Let's up it from 5. This is for a good cause, and this is to watch Jay suffer and fucking rip off his hair off his back. But $20 gets fucking you one step closer. Well, all you need is 25 people. Think about it, guys. I mean, and Jay, I mean, obviously you have to donate something too. I mean, it is for a good cause.
Yeah. But I'm just wanting to see what's going on first. I want to see how much action that site gets. I can donate anytime on there, right?
I will say from your post, though, I think the link that you were posting wasn't really accessible for everybody. So we're going to repost. I'm going to start advertising it too. Let's keep this going, guys. This is going to be the teaser for the next YouTube clip we put out for next week's episode. We need to kind of get this going, guys, because we haven't got anything. I know we were a little bit late with the rollout of this. It was a few days into November when we started talking about it, but like seriously.
But I mean, it's pretty good.
Copy and paste the link. Copy and paste the link that Jay's going to post. If it's not, if you can't click on it, like physically click on it on the platform you're going to see it on. On Facebook, you'll be able to.
Yeah.
But on Instagram and stuff, you're going to have to copy and paste that link, guys. It's not too hard. I know, like, he'll say... I
didn't realize it doesn't on Instagram. It doesn't allow you to click on the links.
Yeah.
I just figured it does, right? Since, when it's in the story and stuff like that, you click on the person's site, it goes right to the story. I wonder if I add it as a highlight, if you can click on it.
Well, you can even put it on your profile, Jay. And the days that we aren't posting new episodes, you should just put that as the link in your bio.
Yeah,
right?
My profile.
Link in bio for the Movember. So let's get that going, guys. Come on.
If there's any problems, like say anybody's tried and it's not working properly,
put your money where our balls are. Come on, guys. Let's do this for men's health.
Man. I mean, I know I had Horshack ask me if he can donate. He said he would give the whole fucking money, but he wants to donate to a charity at his cause, his thing. And I understand his charity he likes to donate to his sick kids and stuff like that. He'll do anything for
that's
sick
a great
kids, right?
Yeah.
But I mean,
it
is honestly, and it's helped out people in my family, and it's helped a lot of family members, myself as well when I was younger.
Doesn't your organization still do that at checkout?
We do it at work every Christmas. I'm pretty sure it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
That's when most people do it. I think the month of December is more for giving back for the hospitals and for sick children.
You gotta be a pretty cold-hearted bastard not to want to give money to kids, right?
I'm not saying. See, what my thing was, he thought I was a dick because I didn't want to take his money. He says, no, it wasn't that. It was just that we were doing it for a specific month, and the whole challenge was for a specific thing, right?
Oh no, I wasn't even referring to that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said to him, I said if in December I decide I want to do something else, maybe if this thing goes good or not, maybe I'll have to carry it into another fundraising thing. Who knows, right? Maybe we'll have to try it into something else.
You do also want to kind of space them out too, though, because you don't want to hit up people every
if I'm
month,
not getting anybody on this one, I want to get them for somebody before the new year, guys. You know what I mean? Just make
there you go. If we don't meet the $500, Jay, and you're fucking still open to it, we can roll that into the holidays and see what happens, right? Up the ante a little bit. Maybe I'll have to fucking say, I'm about to do something too.
I'm surprised. I figured that, with a few people, man, that thing would have been...
Still early.
I know, it is
still early, guys. Come on. Let's get this going. Let's do it. We're very serious. Let's make some great content.
The first week, 7 days in.
Right.
We're only 7 days in, so I mean...
Not only are you going to be donating to a good cause, we are being legit. You're also going to get some great content out of it. If you don't want to watch the video of this guy getting his hair ripped off, that's okay. But we're going to do it anyways, right? We're going to put it out there. The people that do want to see it can. I was mentioning it to some people the other day. A lot of them were really excited and ready to see it, but again, haven't donated any money. Yeah. But some of them didn't want to see it. Your bag handling friend over there wasn't really, he was laughing, but I don't know if he was really into seeing it, so, but...
Well, I don't know if he's like, there's some weird sick people out there that watch those shows, man, and watched all that stuff and wanted,
Yeah.
Even those pimple popping shows and all that crap.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are really into that.
It's disgusting. There's a YouTube channel called Pimple Popper MD that Christine,
there's a guy that does
I guess, put me onto it, because I guess her friend's really big into it.
It's disgusting.
But Christine's like one of those people get pleasure out of like she's always trying to fucking pop my shit, man. Like, I was like, get the fuck out of here, man. It's painful. And I don't know why you'd want to do it. Believe me.
Yeah, I might look old or whatever, but at least I don't have scars on my face from stuff being popped all the time. And I don't know, man. Fuck, man. Some of the stuff that you see come out of those things, I seen it once or twice, man. Some of the shit looks like fucking... You ever seen spray cheese, man? Like that cheese in a can.
Yeah, Cheese
that
Whiz.
Fucking
Yeah.
yeah. That's what it looked like coming out when they were squeezing one. I seen one day. It was disgusting. Came out like a snake.
Not like Cheese Whiz from the jar, but like the actual foam cheese shit. Yeah, I
It
know what
was
you're talking about.
disgusting, guys. It was but people like watching.
They love
it.
it.
They right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of ladies like to watch that.
They
stuff.
do.
I don't know.
I was just about to say, and I didn't mean to like center it on women, but it is a lot of women. Yeah, it seems
Right.
like they get. There's I think a word for it even that I can't recall right now, but like
It's
people
like
are
an addiction or some sort.
no, but they get pleasure out of seeing the actual not like sexual
weird.
pleasure, but they actually get like gratification of getting that pop in that pimple. You know what I mean? Like getting it out. Like it's like something that needs to be done. It's like an itch that you need to scratch. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, when I need something to scratch, I just go whack one out. That's all, dude. But no, they it's weird, man. I think it's a disgusting thing, and they all want to. Even I get some of the people at work, the girls at work, they want to just pop if I get a zit or something over here.
Yeah.
They love it. And it's
See,
like,
fucking
disgusting.
not that they're strangers, but like people
No,
you
I've
know,
known them
just
for a
like
long
you're just
time,
like,
man.
hey, listen, let me do that for you, right? They just
Yeah.
like they
I've known them
get
for a
something
long
out of it
time.
though. They feel that they're doing you a favor. They get something out of it. What's the problem?
I don't get anything out of it but pain and somebody squeezing my face.
Listen, I'm with you. I agree, but I'm just saying that's the way they look at it.
I'll give you a boil that I get between my legs once in a while, man. You can have that, man, and see what that comes out of there. Oh my God.
The worst ones are the ones you get like if it's like buried under your eyebrow or something like that. Like that's a shitty place to get a pimple.
The worst one is the ones that come when you're a hairy guy like me. You'll get some between the legs, and those aren't fun, man.
You ever gotten one above like your fucking like dick, like in between your fucking like
Yeah, that's
your
on your
belly?
belt line.
Yeah.
We're talking about some sick
Like
shit.
your
Anybody
chode.
that likes this disgusting crap. Yeah, right over here underneath.
Well, your
my
chode
butt.
is underneath.
Well, I lost ever since I lost the weight, and I don't have that belly.
You don't sweat
hanging
as much,
over.
probably.
I don't have that.
Yeah.
I haven't had that issue, but I still get them in between.
You're probably
In
grossing a
between
lot.
the legs, man. I still get them in between because they rub. I don't know what the fuck it is.
People are tuning out all over the place.
But I would be tuning out too. I mean, I can picture my own self, but I mean, I don't touch it. I let it just do its thing.
We went from
Take its course.
November to fucking.
This is where men's health is because we're fucking disgusted by it.
But seriously, guys, we're not gonna pop any pimples. We're just gonna fucking rip this guy's hair off, wax style, 40-year-old virgin style. Come on, guys. You ever seen that scene? I'm gonna post that actually.
No,
if we
I
can get a
haven't
clip of
seen
that,
it.
we gotta post it on Instagram.
I honestly, to be honest with you, I started watching 40-Year-Old Virgin, and I never got to it.
Reminded you too much of yourself? You're just
No,
like, I'm gonna turn this
not
off.
yet. I wasn't 40. If I put it on now, I would probably trip me out. But when it first came out, it was got to be 10 years by this.
Yeah.
No, at least.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, more. I think it's
Oh,
more. Yeah.
Well, hey, speaking of Steve Crow, how was your game night?
Yeah. Nice. Nice transition there. It's
Yeah,
like you've
it
done
just-
this before or something.
It's not my first rodeo.
Yeah. We went to the
It's
office.
because I had no idea what the fuck I was going to talk about last week. Just because I mean I can't just bang things off.
That was a little rough, but by the way, we posted our 40th episode unedited for you guys there. So
Yeah, that was hilarious. It was weird. It was funny to listen to over again. People think I'm weird when I listen to us talking again over and over, like not over and over, but over again one more time so I can write some notes for everybody. Yeah,
I've
people
been
think
there.
it's
I mean,
weird, man,
I've
that I'm
done it,
listening
yeah.
to myself. No, well, hearing myself, but I mean sometimes it's good to hear what you've said.
Not only
which is
that,
funny,
it's a
'cause-
good way to critique yourself and kind of find how you can, maybe cut
what you
corners.
fucked up on or what you did.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, this is a lot. I mean, hopefully from that and doing it unedited and getting it like that, it's easier to learn how to fucking, everything to run smoothly. Sorry.
Yeah.
As I fuck up on that one.
Everybody, let us know what you thought about that one.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny to listen to. I mean, I think Nico and me probably forgot a few things that we might have said in that one, which I don't think were that bad, but I thought they were funny at the time. I don't think we realized how much of nothing we had to say that day.
Yeah.
Which was really great.
We were really grasping at straws.
We were
yeah.
at one point,
Yeah.
we were really trying. And you could see that there was a span there in the middle that it was like, and then once we got into some serious talk, each conversation wasn't bad. Like,
No.
there's a few stories.
Made us
that were
laugh
great.
anyways, right? I mean,
Right.
yeah, we
Hey.
entertained ourselves for fucking an hour and a half.
Fuck. Even if it doesn't entertain you guys, it still entertains us.
But yeah, speaking of entertaining, I went to the Office trivia the other night at a bar with our bag handling friend Lewis, and who's come on the show as well
He
as
said he's gonna
Christina.
donate $400. We'll come up with that, dude. Let's see. Put your money where your mouth
His,
is.
his wife Christina has also come on the show separately before as well. If you guys look back at past episodes, they've both been guests, so I went with them. And hopefully some other friends and future guests of the show as well that I've talked to that night. But anyways, so yeah, there was we were a group of four. Our team name was Threat Level Midnight. The team that I was on, I came up with the name. If you watched The Office, you might get that reference.
Okay.
It was
I have
the
no
movie.
idea.
It was the movie that Michael Scott, Steve Carell, towards the end, he had always talked about making his own movie at some point, like points of the show.
Yeah.
And he always like did this shit with like he was like a James Bond type character or a detective called Michael Scarn. Like his name was Michael Scott in the show, but he made like these references to this Michael Scarn character. So like before the last season of his last season, before he left the show, because the show went on for 2 more seasons without Steve Carell. So that he went 7 seasons of that show, and then he got really famous, and then went to movies.
Was there another guy that went on it that had his own show afterward? No, is there a show similar to The Office like that?
The original is a British Office. Yes.
Yeah.
Our friend Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, it's him, right?
Yes.
My dad, and he's just a miserable fuck, right?
It's great too, but there's only like I don't know 6 or 8 episodes of that. So basically, this Office, the U.S. Office, actually I might be wrong. There might be more episodes than that, but it was only like I think like 1 season or something, 1 or 2 seasons, short ones, because the BBC their seasons are like smaller, like usually, but longer episodes. So it's almost like an HBO kind of style. It seemed like,
which is good, cool.
Yeah, but basically he was he created The Office. Him and Stephen Merchant, his writing partner, who's also been in a bunch of stuff with him. You know, tall guy. He was the original Michael Scott. Like his name wasn't Michael Scott; it was something else. But that's who the character is based off of loosely. And then they kind of Office, the U.S. one, went off and did its own thing. So they tried to do it in the U.S. It didn't. In
sort of like
Shameless. BBC. Yeah, exactly. I don't think it had their like people. I don't think it connected with as much as it did. Like the more popular series is the U.S. one. Like that was the one that was a huge hit.
Big one, yeah.
But after they wrote that and they ran it there, I guess they sold the idea to them and to the writers for NBC to do a show in the States and basically take that kind of the bare bones of it and kind of do their own kind of Office, right? And it just blew up, right? Anyways. But that one is great too. I like the BBC one. I like Ricky Gervais. So
yeah, with my dad. That's why. Sorry, I thought that had something to do with something, or there was a British version or something like that. Yeah, so
that's what it's based off of. He actually shows up on the last season. Michael Scott. He comes in. He bumps into him into the hallway, and he's like another manager somewhere else, and they start chatting, and they make a reference. The Ricky Gervais guy makes a reference to like one of his like Chinese characters that he does. And then Michael Scott's like, hey, I got a Chinese character that he does, because they did like racially insensitive jokes, right? Office could have never aired today, guys. Like, there is so much, if you go back and watch that show, there is so much offensive shit that people consider offensive now that he did on that show. I just don't think you could, don't get me wrong, it's still a beloved show and people love it, but it's just one of those things where if that was on the air, like actual TV today, it would not be the same, because there's so much shit now that's like edgy now that they were fucking that was even back then. It was just like, because he's just such an over the top ridiculous character. Like he's just very insensitive, and he's kind of like, he comes off as racist, and he comes off as fucking like culturally insensitive, and he comes off like you know, just like sexist. He makes like sexist jokes.
A normal everyday person.
So, for instance, I was rewatching the seasons leading up to the trivia, and on the Christmas episode, one of the women dresses as Santa Claus. Okay. And at one point, he gets really pissed off because he always dressed like Santa Claus, and he gets pissed off that they allowed her to dress like Santa Claus, and he calls her Tranny Claus at one point in the show. So I'm just trying to give you an example of some of the jokes that probably wouldn't fly. Listen, you know, I don't have an issue with it, and lots of people still love the show and watch it and laugh about it. I'm just saying it's one of those things where these fucking naysayers today that fucking frown upon comedy like that, or like just the reference of, you know what I mean, like these kind of things. You know, anyways, not to get into that whole fucking ball of wax again.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm saying. You're just fucking playing devil's advocate over there. I understand, but anyways, the trivia went great. It had a lot of fun. It was a really enjoyable time. There was four of us, and then there was Lewis, and then I think some of his family that he invited, and other people were there. They had a team of six, so it was we were actually on opposite teams. You could have up to six people. You had to have a minimum of four. What's that?
Whose team won out of your
We
team?
tied, actually. We actually tied. So there was 46 questions total.
Okay.
45, but one of them was worth 2 points.
Okay.
We got 35, I think, out of 46, right? And we were in the middle of the pack. Bro.
So you didn't get the 2-pointer one, though?
No. I got 1 point out of that, out of the 2 point. Yeah, it didn't count. Because you had to name a brand and, like, the name of the brand or like, they asked, like, what somebody's chips were that they asked for in some episodes. So I couldn't remember the brand of the chip, but I remember the flavor. So if you named one of the two, yeah. So like it was pretty hard, guys. There was some really good questions. There was some great ones that we got that I'm surprised. Like we didn't do horribly, but we were still in the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Like there was like 30 something teams there, and we were like in the middle.
Yeah.
Like with fucking only 10 wrong. That's the people that I think the first team got 2 wrong. So. It's challenging. Like I mean,
it's not. Yeah, it can't be easy. You need to remember what fucking chips they had. Let's say, just for instance, for a question, like in what episode.
Well,
it's just weird. That's a heavy duty question. I mean, you really got to pay attention.
One of the questions was like you kind of had to use like common sense. Like I don't know how anybody would know this. They asked out of these 4 characters, these ones spoke the most on the show. Who was the next person that spoke the most out of the show throughout the whole series?
So after 4 people, you gotta pick out a.
So the main characters, Jim, Dwight, Michael, and fucking Pam, like some of the main kind of actors in the show.
Yeah.
They said, okay, these people spoke the most on the series. They had the most like lines, like words spoken, like according to some, like apparently they pulled off this stat off the internet somewhere. Who was the 5th person who said the most words on it? So you had to think to yourself, which character was in a lot of the show, which one always had a lot of screen time.
Question.
But you know what I mean? Like, how are you fucking supposed to know that unless you kind of just use your brain and kind of
just guess.
Right. And then another one was the last question they asked was, what's the number on the building of the actual office? So
that's something, I mean, that if you've watched it all the time, you should know.
But they don't show the fucking number all the time. It was probably referenced. It was probably shown. But it's not something you're looking for unless, like, you know what I mean? You knew you were going to go into some sort of one of these scenarios. I had no clue. Like, we had no idea, right? So, anyways. It was
and you guys had just watched it, too. You just gave yourself a refresher, too.
It was fun. It was fun, though. I had a good time. And we're actually looking to do another one in the future, but I'm assembling the A-Team. The A-Team for this one. None of the people that I really went with are big fans of this show.
Okay.
I asked if they're doing a Seinfeld one in the future. I'm a huge Seinfeld fan. Apparently, they do it twice a year.
Really?
They do it twice a year, and I think the next one's going to be in, like, January or February, they said. So when they post the date, I'm assembling the A-Team. So far, we got Peter. We got your brother Jesse. That is the A-Team for Seinfeld trivia so far. I'm looking for another recruit, guys. I need another fucking recruit.
Those guys, you 3 would be watching Seinfeld. Who the fuck cares about? Sorry, I mean.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I
See, this is
like
why.
Seinfeld, man. I didn't like Seinfeld. I wasn't a big fan.
I think people just don't get it.
I like Kramer because but that's it. I mean, there's certain things I liked in certain episodes. I honestly, I don't like fucking Jerry's voice. I really don't, man. I'm sorry. There's some people, how some people say they don't like your voice, especially in the family.
Thanks for that.
Well, in the family, at least they're fucking with you all the time, right? But I just don't like his voice, man. I don't know if it's his nasal passage that doesn't work.
You're not alone. There is other people I've heard that say that, but honestly, it's one of the best TV shows ever, if not the best.
I see how realistic it was. I mean, I see how it could be. I mean, those could be everyday. That could be everyday life. A lot of that stuff, right? But I mean, I can't see how you have a friend with such a fucking voice like that. I don't know. That fucking whole thing was
What's
weird.
the deal?
I can't do it, man. Like, it's all clogged up in
fucking
here.
Hilarious, man. It's the best show ever. Anyways, so I'm looking forward to that. So it's gonna give you the excuse to watch all those again, guys. So get ready.
To dress up as Seinfeld characters.
No, we're not gonna do that. There was some people that
actually you might actually be able to do it. You just gotta figure out who's gonna be
Elaine.
We already know who's gonna be Jerry.
Oh, me, because of my voice, eh? Smart guy over here.
Well, I wasn't thinking you, dude. I wasn't thinking the voice either.
What are you saying? Who's gonna be Jerry?
No, just think about it. Just put it together.
Anyways,
come on. I know you can put it together if you really think about it. Use your common sense.
I am looking forward to that trivia. So it's a good time.
Hey.
It went well.
Yeah, and you guys didn't. Yeah, and you had a good night, I guess, right? It gets you out.
Fun night out.
Place, right?
Have a couple of drinks, have some food. Get together with some people. It's
Carry the girlfriend home after. Or did she carry you?
No, we were okay.
Who's carried who?
Bro, it was like a Tuesday night. No one got hammered, so gotta work the next day.
Man. It doesn't mean you don't have to.
We're responsible.
Oh yeah, weekly wine comic time. That's all I gotta.
Check
say.
it out, guys.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Listen, I mean, the fact that we drink 2 bottles of wine normally and keep our composure and talk about comics, that's pretty good, man. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you slur a few words here and there. I'm sure people that have listened to the show would know. But it's fun. It's a good time.
You guys get critical of each other after near the end when you guys are like debating on like sort of what you liked about which comic because you guys had a few drinks in you.
Not too many arguments have broken out on the show. There's been disagreements, I guess, but not to the point where we stormed off.
You should do like a weekly spirit in comic time, man, and guys go shot for shot every fucking.
Now that's a mistake.
Every question
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Then the poor camera, if you start filming, you can film it, do the shot for shot.
Yeah.
Then it turns into its own pornography camera. Yeah, anyways, come on, dude. Anyways, so yeah, as that, last week, I don't know if you guys were listening.
Go ahead, direct
to
the show.
One right now. No worries, I got it. But I was telling off Tim Hortons, and I have to I gotta take back my words, man.
Of course he does. He's in love again, guys.
No, but you know what? I think the phone must have heard me or something because it was sitting right here. And next thing I know, when I went downstairs after I left here, and I checked my balance just to see what I had. I've been checking the balance on that Tim card on my app.
Just wishing you would appear
Wishing
again.
it would show up. Yeah, saying hopefully it was a glitch. It was 2 fucking days without no Timmy's coffee in that, no Timmy's money in that app. And then all of a sudden, I get downstairs, I call Nico and say, I forgot my headphones. I'm looking at the app while I'm waiting for him to bring my headphones down. Next thing you know, it's there. And they have an email saying, we apologize, you can no longer log in with Google. So if anybody has that fucking problem, you can't log in with Google. And then, you might get fucked up like me. Maybe they're having a lot of issues with that.
So it's exactly what I actually said to you on the show, was that I did say that, my friend. I did. It's on record. You did the show notes. You know that I was right. I said it's probably because they switched over to a new system. And Jay's like, blah, blah, blah. Where's my fucking coffee
you
money?
can no longer fucking sign in with Google. Say that, because I used my email account, man. They must have seen right away my history and said, oh, fuck, man, we better get this guy's money back, man. Otherwise, we're going to lose him, and we're fucked. Our poor kids.
Yeah, it's the power of the people. We have spoken. Late night chat.
Late night chat. As soon as we were talking, literally, I have the email. It was at the time we were talking, literally.
Jay was like, listen, man, I got a very powerful podcast.
I think this brain is becoming fucking more knowledgeable than I think, man. I think I just got, it's like an X-Men. I think I got like, what's his name? Xavier there?
Yes, that's right.
Maybe
I'm surprised you fucking pulled that one out of your ass. Good job.
He was in Star Trek, that's why. That's why I know who it is. Not Star Wars.
Well, Patrick
Star
Stewart,
Trek.
yes. Yeah. He's
exactly.
he's my favorite captain.
Is he? No, he's not my favorite captain.
Who's your favorite captain? Kirk?
No. I like the girl. I like Janeway.
Oh, yeah, she's good. Red from fucking...
from Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, she was good.
And she actually had a not so bad body at that time, and then she was red
was she Deep Space Nine, or is that the black guy?
No, that was the black guy.
The black guy. Who is she?
In Voyager.
Voyager. Okay.
But that other blonde chick from the...
Black guy was okay, too. I watched a few episodes with him. He was alright.
Yeah, the black...
Yeah.
The black...
But I think he ranks low. I mean, in the lineup of all the captains, he's probably like one of the lower
ones. Well, they had
ones.
different characters. I'm waiting for the new Discovery to start again. Apparently they're filming in Toronto.
Nerd.
Apparently they're filming in Toronto.
Oh, yeah?
They're doing something in Toronto. They were talking about it on one of the Google News things today. I just remember that. See how things pop in my head? I don't need notes. They just pop into my head.
I do.
Right? But, yeah, they said something about filming it in Toronto, and they're looking forward to it and stuff like that. I mean, everything's being fucking filmed here. It's so cheap, right?
There's a lot.
Anywhere in Canada.
Yeah.
And I was watching that other one. I can't believe you told me it was a fucking comic book.
Oh, the end of the fucking world, yeah.
You've never seen that?
No. I've heard it was
Oh,
good,
man. Guys,
but
you guys gotta check it out. I just binged the second season, the whole
dark
thing.
humor,
The last,
right?
yeah.
Pretty dark show,
It's
yeah.
not really dark. It's funny. It's funny, yeah, because you're not really laughing at the humor. You know it's funny and it's not funny and it's weird. But I guess it's dark humor. I guess that's what you would call.
It's
dark
definitely
humor,
dark
right?
humor, yeah.
I saw, but it was it's a pretty good show, and I didn't think I'd get through 8 shows, episodes or whatever, just like that, right? But they're only like 20 minutes long, right? Should be a lot longer, I think. It's good.
Yeah, 2 seasons. The second one just went up.
And this guy showed me a comic about him. You know him, knows everything. Like everything that they're putting on television is a fucking comic.
A lot of them,
it
yeah.
seems like now.
Well, you know what they say, there's no original ideas anymore. That's why a lot of the comic writers actually now are working within Hollywood, actually banging up a lot of the scripts now for a lot of your favorite things, to the point where sometimes some of them are indie comic creators. They're writing material that you may not even associate with comics, like in this case.
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. I didn't even think this would be a comic.
Right.
Right? Just because it's real life.
Right.
And then nobody's got any superpowers or anything.
Right.
I always associate, fantasy and
right.
you know, superheroes and stuff like that, right?
No, you're slowly going to start seeing more and more stuff now, like that's coming down the pike here of other material, like original creator-owned stories. Like, you know that show, for instance, the one that you were talking about, I never ended up watching it, but it got canceled and I still didn't want to really see it. That Deadly Class show, for instance, that was a comic book. You remember you said you watched some of that, I believe, didn't you?
Deadly Class?
Did you end up watching it?
Wasn't it called something else?
Well, there was one called Deadly Class. I thought you had said you saw some of it, but maybe not.
I thought I asked. Maybe I asked.
Doom
you
Patrol
Doom
comic.
Patrol, I remember that one.
You know, that one's a little bit more, but it's a fucking weird type of group of characters, right? So like, not everybody would have.
You never watched any of those. I mean, I know you at the time. I guess the timing it didn't have any. I mean, you don't stay up obviously as late as I do binging television shows, right? When you can't sleep.
My list is long, man. And it's weird. It's just whatever's really accessible and easy for me and what I'm in the mood to watch at the time. Like, for instance, this past couple days, I had a little bit of time. I watched a few episodes of the new season of the Kaminsky Method. You ever seen that show?
I heard of it. I never watched it. No.
Yeah, it's with your boy there from Falling Down. He's in it. Fucking throat cancer guy. What's his name? I'm blanking on his fucking name right now.
Yeah, we were just saying it in that.
Alan Arkin is in it,
yeah.
and so is.
What the fuck is his name, guys?
Check your stats on that one.
Oh man, that's killing me. No, that's.
But basically, yeah, he.
Kurt Douglas.
Yeah,
man.
no, not Kurt Douglas. No, is that who's in Falling Down?
Yeah, the one that shoots.
Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas.
Whatever.
Yeah,
it was one
Kurt
of the Douglas.
Yeah, so Michael Douglas is in it. The first season, I think, won an award. It's actually by that same guy who does all those famous comedies. Montreal
I turned it off, bro. I told you. Sorry, I got interrupted. The phone, showed me the score.
Really interrupted.
Sorry, fuck that.
Montreal won. Congrats.
Let's see what happened to your Leafs. Oh, they won in overtime.
Nice. Who scored the overtime goal?
I don't know. Let's see who scored the overtime goal. Sorry for the game time interruption.
Listen, hockey interruptions are acceptable. It's the only ones I'll accept on this show. Nice little detour for
Oh, my boy.
Matthews?
No. Fuck that kid.
Tavares played tonight?
He's played yesterday, too, bro.
I didn't know that.
I had to drop a player to get him back on the...
Oh, shit. I didn't know he was back.
This pissed me off, though, dude. Like, really?
I didn't know he was playing.
After fucking 40 saves, man. Poor guy let in the overtime. What are you going to do, man?
But basically...
Montreal fucking sucks with 4 players on the ice.
Oh, they lost?
Yeah, they lost.
Oh, I thought they won. That's what I just said. I thought you pointed to them winning. Oh,
no, man,
that sucks.
That's fucking bullshit. Philly's on a fucking roll. They have a young team, man. They're on a roll. Their goalie's playing good, right? But they didn't get as many shots in on them. Bryce had to hold back fucking 40 shots. He doesn't get that usually lately, right? That's actually a good game for him.
Right.
Washington came back and won. Everybody won in overtime.
Philly's
whoever picked ties
Philly's issue for a long time has been goaltending. Yeah.
They have that curse, but
yeah,
they got that young kid. What's his name? Corey Hart.
Corey Hart.
I don't know. I know it's Hart.
Yeah.
Something Hart.
But anyways, Kaminsky Method, Michael Douglas, the first season won an award, I'm pretty certain.
I never watched it.
It's good. It's like an old man show, though. If you're into those, like, it's almost like one of those old man comedies, but it's smartly written. It's written by the same guy who does all those, like, comedies like Big Bang Theory and 2.5 Men and fucking all those big famous comedies.
I like comedies too.
And
Once in a while.
they're half-hour episodes. I
Yeah.
mean, so and they're seasons of 8 episodes. So again, you can kill it in an afternoon if you got a few spare hours. You can
No, I
fly
know what
through
you're
it,
saying.
right? But it's good. It's basically about Michael Douglas is an acting teacher. That's why it's called Kaminsky Method. Like that's his last name, and he's like an acting coach. Like runs a class,
Okay.
and it's about him like the first season, kind of coming like he has a sickness. I think it's like a cancer of some sort, and then he basically. It's him coming to terms with his age and now dating women his own age because he's a big fucking playboy who dates younger women, and meanwhile he's like this renowned person that could have been a huge actor, but then he kind of fell into the acting coach type shit instead of like actually becoming like a big deal. So then he's struggling to get parts, and Alan Arkin is his best friend. His wife just recently died, so he's going through a thing, and like he's trying to be there for him, but at the same time he has like all these money issues in his own life, and he's like actually I think the cancer I think is a part of the second season. That just this new one I've just been watching. I don't think it's part of the first one, but anyways, there's a lot of shit going on there with his life. It's like a drama, but there's great comedy kind of in between, right?
Yeah, remember a lot of these guys.
Michael Douglas is great, though.
Older, right? So
yeah, well, that's what I mean.
Put up with a lot of health issues. Even his old man is still around, isn't
right? And that's the reality of it, and that's why I think that he plays a good part in this because he's almost like the fucking. Like Michael Douglas of old, where like you know what I mean, like you might see him in other things. Like he is a ladies' man in this instead stuff, so or at least he's trying to be. But he has to come to terms with the fact that he's an old ass man now, right? So like he has to try to like date women his own age and
right.
Yeah, no, but it's just like his friend, like he's.
As long as they're old enough to compete, no.
But this is the thing, like he kind of goes back and forth, right? Like
yeah,
with the I'm not fucking playing into whatever the fuck you're going on about.
I don't
yeah.
know where that came from.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to say.
I'm not even editing your scumbag comments out
Go
this
ahead.
time.
Go ahead. You fucking Apu comment.
But yeah, so he it's good. I really like it. He's pretty good.
Did I throw you off there? Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to.
No, not at all.
Not at all. That was good. Look at you. You kept your thing. You want to tell me to fuck off. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
You see, this is what the good. This is our relationship. You see, Nico's got his funny looking. I don't know what the fuck's going on there with the T-shirt.
Yeah.
You didn't tell anybody about that one. Come on.
Bad boy shirt.
Yeah, it's a fucking
tiger with a samurai sword and a Mac-10 getting attacked by ice cream cones. It's by an artist I really enjoy, Andrew McLean. He's actually the creator of that guy right there, Headlopper. Is like a Conan-esque character. So this toy that Jay's looking on the side here. Here, go ahead, take it off the shelf if you want to show the people at home. Geek out a little bit with me here.
Look at the size of this fucking thing, right?
He's like a Conan type character.
Oh, you can't see with the light in the way.
Yeah.
Damn, but you can see. You can basically see. It's too bright, guys.
Yeah.
It's too bright.
He's a comic artist that I like, and he drew the design on this shirt, so
Looks
I picked it
kind of
up.
like me, though.
Yeah.
No, the head's too small.
I've been making an effort to get some more geeky shirts, so.
No, it's cool, man. Whatever. I decided to point it out for you.
Oh yeah.
Why not? Right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been watching lately. Is that show? It's been good.
Yeah, no. What else? I have been watching Castle Rock again, and I've been watching. I just like suspense, man. I'm not into anything with comedy as much anymore. I watched the Paul Rudd one with you about the one you told me to watch, but like I told you last week, and.
Whereas I'm the opposite. I mean, I think I'd rather watch a quick comedy now, like you know what I mean, like because instead of like a drama or like a superhero thing, because you got to remember. I consume so many comics that a lot of these great superhero shows that are on TV that I hear about, I usually don't make the time for them because I already kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I already live in that world in terms of that shit. So I don't really need to always watch TV shows about it. I need something else, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I end up gravitating towards more. Actually, Christine I watched the movie before when it originally came out, but she threw on something just on the TV the other day. And it's like one of these, more serious, depressing dramas, at least the subject matter is. It was that, but I got sucked into watching it and ended up watching the whole thing again. It's like one of those type of movies. Spotlight, you ever seen that movie? That's the one about the priest in Boston. Oh, man, you gotta watch that. It's on Netflix. You gotta watch that. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie, but it's really good. It's basically about the Boston Globe, like the newspaper in Boston, team of Michael Keaton's in it. Liev Schreiber, the guy from Ray Donovan, that guy, he's in it. He basically becomes the new editor, or like chief there. Their new boss, and he comes from another city, and he comes to Boston, and he's like, listen, how come you guys have not did any story about all these connected cases of these kids apparently getting molested by priests?
Mm-hmm.
And then they find out, they uncover like the huge kind of conspiracy of like moving the priests around, you know, all that kind of shit that was going on in Boston at that time. And then by the end of it, they have like hundreds of cases that they uncovered of people that they pretty much swept under the rug of, like, in Boston, where it's a large Catholic community, right? Of 1,500 priests just in the Massachusetts area, bro. 1,500, they said. And they said that, and then
Diddlers?
no, 1,500 priests, but they said it was by the end of it, there was like at least 100 of them that they identified like as being diddlers.
That's what I feel like I look like with this mustache. Seriously, man.
Anyways, it's based on a true story. It's
Yeah,
a really good. Michael Keaton's excellent in it, and that other fucking guy is in it too. The guy who plays Hulk in the Marvel movies. I forgot his fucking name.
JT?
No.
Not Hulk Hogan.
No.
Rick Freno or whatever his name is.
No, that's the original.
I don't know. He's the dude who plays Hulk.
That's not even his name, but I know Lou Ferrigno's the original Hulk.
Lou,
yeah.
Lou. I don't know where Rick came from.
Anyways,
but
yeah,
no,
it's
you
really
told me,
good.
I'm trying to check my stats.
It's a really good
It
movie.
mixes up names. No, I know who you're talking about. The one who plays it on. Doesn't he play one of the Batmans? No, he doesn't, right? You know,
Michael Keaton did, but yeah.
But not this guy that played the Hulk,
No.
right? That's his. What the fuck is his name? His name is Banner.
No, Eric Bana was also a Hulk. You're right. No, the most recent. There's a lot of Hulks, so
I'm
that's
gonna
not
say
fair.
this guy here, right?
Yeah, that's right.
The one in the new movie.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo. Yeah.
Ruffalo.
Yeah, he's in it. There's a really good.
There's
really
a lot
good
of
cast.
all kinds of these guys. Like everybody just, they don't stay that character for a long period of time. They do it for like 2 shows or whatever.
No, you're right.
They get leaving.
My bad, because there is a lot of Hulks. There's Eric Bana. Edward Norton was a Hulk in one of the movies.
Yeah, he's
the worst fucking Hulk. Actually, Eric Bana was pretty bad too. Edward Norton, it was okay.
I like Hulk.
I don't really like
the
Edward
story.
Norton though. I don't really like Edward Norton.
I like Hulk the story,
Yeah.
right? So I guess they all play. They're all right.
Rachel McAdams
like
was in
what's his
it.
name.
I
I like
really
him
like
as a
her a lot of the
character.
time. This guy from Mad Men. Yeah, good movie though,
It's
guys.
on Netflix. You said.
If you don't mind about the subject matter, then it's definitely worth watching. Like I said, it's based on a true story, and it's about Spotlight. Its reason called Spotlight is because it's the group of reporters that investigated this stuff at the Boston Globe, at the newspaper. Yes. And basically, like, the Spotlight team is like this, like, intensive, like, like reporting kind of thing where they kind of
They get right in there.
yeah, it's the one thing that they're focused on. And then
Penetrate
at the time that it happened
infiltrate.
in the movie,
Mhm.
9/11 happens during this investigation, so they had to
wow.
fucking.
I think
put-
that's like real life. No, that is a real life story.
it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
That's what I'm saying. It's based on real life, so like they had to put all this shit to the side for a period of time
Yeah.
because 9/11 happened. So they kind of like they had to like let all these victims down at the time because they were like, listen, we're
What the
serious
fuck,
about
yeah.
presenting this. But if you're asking for people's testimonies and all of a sudden you're like, you fuck off and you start doing something else, you know what I mean? You're gonna lose support real fast, right?
Oh,
So.
yeah.
Anyways, really interesting movie. You should watch it if you haven't
I
seen
thought
it. Yeah,
when you said Spotlight for some, no, that's never mind.
I don't know if it was on Netflix
That's me
before,
having
but
a
it is now.
conversation in my head. Sorry.
It's okay. Go on.
But yeah, no, I Netflix things. Well, yeah, like I said, I downloaded that whole series. They always ask me. I get a text the next day saying, "How come the download thing doesn't work anymore on the you can only download a certain amount of things on Netflix,
Mhm.
right? And then save them for to watch
Yeah.
them later. Like some of them you can only have on your phone or whatever for like a 24-hour period. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, they're doing that with Marvel movies and stuff like that. Like when I watched the Batman, it only allowed you to download it for I think it was 24 to 48 hours or something like that, right? So I have a few movies downloaded and some TV shows that I haven't deleted off. So I get a message from my mom going, "Hey, what's wrong with the fucking Netflix?"
Because you still share the account.
Well,
you know
yeah, we all share the account.
You know they're
right?
making
That is
strides and
cheaper.
changing that, eh?
Fuck that.
Did you know that?
I told you, I'll just stream everything off television, dude.
I'm just
off
saying.
the computer. You can stream. If you just gotta know what you're doing. You want me
Yeah.
to teach you guys? I'll do a play-by-play. We'll mask
No, we're not
myself
doing
from
that.
here. Like I said, man, I don't really care. Keep doing it because there'll always be a way for people like me to find out how to figure other shit out. I know they're trying hard. They're even. Did you hear that they're trying to make your iPhone now on a contract?
No.
purchase the phone, not even through iPhone itself. You get what I'm saying?
Through Apple.
Sorry, through
Yeah.
Apple itself. Right?
Oh, so they're trying to cut out phone companies.
Well, they're not trying to cut the phone companies out. They're
So-
just trying to make it a contract so it looks good to their investors that there's always a steady. There's going to be every 2 years or whatever the contract will be for the phone, right?
That's already
So
how it is. What do you mean?
You'd have to get the contract for the phone from Apple and then still pay for the services through your
Oh,
communication.
fuck that.
They're really trying to everybody's trying to squeeze every fucking last penny we have.
This
bro.
world's fucked, man.
That's
right
why,
now.
bro. It's because of guys like me that it's happening.
Take advantage of the system.
Yeah, it's happening. But you know what,
Thanks
dude?
a lot.
Think about all the money they've made us spend over the years, dude. When it comes to radio, when it comes to VHS and DVDs and Blu-rays, and I mean, Blu-ray lasted for like what, that much of a time, a period of a time. Even DVDs, considering how long we had VHS for, that it really amounted to very little.
They're always looking for the next money grab, right? Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's everybody's looking for the next money grab. They even had what's his name? Did you hear it today? I heard it on the news, man, and I don't know how big I've been watching the market, but Drake announced that he was going to start up purchase something with Canopy now. Canopy.
I didn't hear
is a
that.
marijuana
No.
company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's talking about
OVO strained.
no,
strained?
but he's talking about marketing it as a lifestyle. Now that's the first time that
DOVO lifestyle.
Now, could you imagine that? That's our name. We just trademarked that OVO lifestyle because now he just has OVO, but we added lifestyle.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, no, it's something crazy, man. Like I've been trying to see what it's going to do to the stocks, but it hasn't made any big moves yet.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's just. Well, it's in talks, and he came out. He announced that he was going to do something.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
no.
and it's funny because I had just heard about it within that hour that it came out, right?
Well, Pharrell projected himself on the fucking big screen above the Eden Center the other day. I was telling you about that. He was
Fucking nuts,
he
that's
just
like-
announced that he's going to be opening up his own, like designing his own condos at like Yonge and Eglinton, which is a pricey area to begin with. But now you're gonna have fucking Pharrell design condos. I mean, I don't know how much of a. I know he's big into design. I don't know how much of a hand he's actually gonna play in this, though. It's almost as like he just asked to use Pharrell's name, maybe, and then I don't know. It seems like he's
Maybe
acting
a
like it's
skate
him
park,
who's
maybe.
spearheading the. Listen, Pharrell is a creative guy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it just seems like a weird thing to venture into. But these guys need to do that kind of stuff. These are the smart dudes that make the most money in the industry now, right? He's already one of the most successful producers ever for rap, right? And in hip hop and other genres too, right?
Yeah.
But, pop as well. But I think it's smart to kind of keep your money invested in other kind of ventures, right? Especially with the way that the music business is, right? You go invest your money in other things because it's a fucked up business. They're just gonna keep using you until you all used up, right?
Yeah.
The fucking
I mean,
executives,
what a better
right?
business than the condo market? I mean, fuck's sakes, man.
Especially in Toronto, right?
where
Yeah.
It's the only thing that's growing. It's actually growing more than the house market.
Yeah. So the more and more I'm thinking about it now, I'm like, yeah, that is actually a smart move on his part. So.
Yeah, well, it's what, and look where it is. It's at the fucking New York. It's like the Times Square of Toronto, man.
Right
Really,
now,
if you think
Dundas
about
Square,
it.
yeah.
I used to always think Young and Bloor when people used to talk about a major intersection. Yeah, that's a major intersection.
Sure,
don't get
but
me wrong.
it's not like Dundas Square now. Yeah,
But no,
Dundas
Dundas
Square
Square is when you want entertainment. That's where you go, right? Everything's there, right? There's all that stuff there. Anything you want is within a spitting distance, really, in that section there. You're gonna have that an IKEA there soon. They're talking about.
Are they?
all these big-
I didn't know that.
Well, they're doing this whole rebranding thing where they're gonna have it delivered now instead because they gotta cater to people inside the city. So they're
Oh,
going
they're gonna-
from 40,000 square foot fucking places to 5,000.
Are they gonna do one of those things where like you go in there and you just look at stuff and then you order it and then they delay? Yeah. So that they already do that with the
Little
Amazon
showroom.
stores in
Yeah.
the States.
Yeah.
Amazon stores. It's funny because you can easily order the stuff online off your computer, but people sometimes they want to have that shopping experience, so you actually go to the store.
You can browse through a few things.
Yeah, and you can order the rest, and they'll just send it to you. It's
Yeah.
actually, you know what? I would do that. You know what I mean?
And
Why
IKEA's
not?
always been condo-based style stuff. I mean, everything's been cheap, quick to build.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I'm surprised Walmart hasn't come up with some sort of idea like that yet.
But the problem is, and that's actually a good smart thing that you tapped into as well, is like even for me now that I live somewhere far away from an IKEA. So for me,
Even a
without
Walmart,
without a
dude.
car on the road now, I gotta get shit delivered from IKEA. I gotta go there and pick shit out and get it delivered.
Or look
Unless
online.
unless I have somebody that would drive me, I got or look online. So that I'm already living that lifestyle. Like you know what I mean. I've bought things from IKEA over the
You
last
know,
few
if you
years, and
ever
that's
need
it.
to throw something in the trunk of a car, if I got the room, you know what I mean? You
Sure,
always
sure,
got it.
sure. I'm just
But
saying,
I
like
mean, it's not like
hypothetically.
you can get like a whole mattress. We're gonna tie it onto
No.
the top of my Camry and just cruise down the street holding onto it.
But you know what
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, I totally get it. No,
yeah.
you know what? That's why I don't understand what some of these even bigger companies like Walmart. Walmart, too. I mean, they're
There's
just
nothing
on the
downtown for
outskirts.
Walmart. No, it's
Outskirts,
weird.
like you know, you get a Tobaco maybe in
Mm.
Scarborough, and that's about it. You don't get any. And then the furthest south is Dufferin Mall, I would
Yeah.
think, right?
Yeah,
And
not
that's
everything's
even that.
downtown. There's no Walmart in sight downtown. Yeah,
No,
that's
and,
yeah.
and that's. I mean, they don't really need to go downtown.
I think it's because of this how expensive the square footage would be to have a Walmart downtown.
Oh, and they would
though.
rip them off.
Yeah.
They would rape them, right? I mean, it's not like they don't make the money anyways.
No, but there probably wouldn't be as
Well,
much to gain as a result of having it in downtown area. You know what I mean? Like
But it's
because
funny because I find there's Canadian Tires down there. There's Canadian Tires down in the city.
that's true. That's
which
true.
I thought, out of all things, a Canadian Tire. I mean, I get in bigger parking lots
Yeah.
and stuff, but I've seen.
Maybe
it in
they're running all
smaller.
the racket downtown Canadian Tire apparently, right? They were there first, right? So maybe they Walmart to kind of creep in at this point. They feel it's not.
Well, it's like what they did with all the gas stations along
Yeah.
the 400 series highways,
That's
right?
true.
They switched them all to Canadian things.
Yeah.
Canadian companies now.
Yeah.
Because it should be that way. It's our highway, right?
Right.
It's not anybody else's highway. Why should American companies of some sort get reap the benefits, right?
Mhm.
Why not throw in a Tim Hortons and you don't see McDonald's there anymore on those side of the highway. It's always Wendy's now,
Mhm.
which is a good thing. I mean, I like Wendy's.
I love Wendy's. Yeah.
You can go.
One of my favorite fast food joints,
But they
actually.
changed that all the way from right across Canada to BC, man. You know, but do they taste the same over there all the way to BC?
Yeah. Speaking of BC, a
Hey,
fucked
you're
up
not
news.
Get it, this
Yeah, fucked up piece of news that kind of came. Got mentioned to me today. I seen Peter earlier today, and his my buddy, and has been on the show.
Well, you actually physically got to see it.
Yeah, I physically got to see him and his lovely wife Cassie, and shout outs to them. And and we were chatting for a bit, and she had brought up the fact about how BC has now stated that they are going to basically no longer use daylight savings times, and I hadn't
heard about that.
I hadn't heard about this, and then I was like, "Why didn't we get the fuck out of here? What do you mean they're just canceling daylight savings?" She's like, "Yeah, that's what they're saying," and I was just like, so I looked it up, and I was like, "God damn!" I'm like, how can you like? For one, it's like science. Like it's like it has something to do with like the fucking access of the fucking world. Like you know what I mean? Like how like but like how can yes it, like and like farmers use it. Like that's a whole thing that the farmers need like to know like what their crops kind of get affected by like daylight saving. Like there's lots of things that get affected by daylight saving, and not only that, it's like. Sure, it was created at one point, but it was created based on like actual like scientific like merit, not like just like we're just gonna start doing this one day. It's because like like it's like listen, I'm not a scientist, guys, but it has something to do. Here, I just pulled up an article just to better explain it here.
That stuff. But I don't like. I mean, you think of up north, where nothing really changes, the daylight and the sunlight and all that.
You know what this sounds like to me, though? It sounds like the same fucking people that don't believe in global fucking warming, like these hipsters now, or what fucking millennials are just like, listen, guys, we're canceling fucking daylight saving time. And I'm like, what?
This is just how divided. This is just showing
It's
you how
ridiculous.
divided Canada is, because from one end to the other, they're totally two different sides.
It's the number one like 24-hour system used around the fucking world. How are you just gonna say I'm not gonna fucking do that anymore? Like
they probably just don't like us in Ontario anymore.
It's ridiculous.
We have the biggest
Listen
city.
to this. Listen to this. It says the government in BC is taking a concrete step toward scrapping the practice of changing clocks twice a year for daylight time in the province. This is a CBC article as well, too, guys. I got off the internet here. basically, then it went on to say, if British Columbia makes daylight time permanent, the council said the province would be choosing to stay on the UTC 7 time zone all year as opposed to switching between UTC 7 in summer and UTC 8 in the winter. The province wouldn't fall back an hour each November, while most of the country still would. Basically, then it went on to say UTC or Coordinated Universal Time is the worldwide 24-hour standard for time, and combined with the Earth's rotation, is maintained using precise atomic clocks. So we're talking about fucking scientific fact and the reasoning behind why we do. Yeah. But now, no, someone that's got a fucking problem with it, and they're just gonna be like, hey, you know what? I don't know what, like, why they would.
It's gonna fuck up hockey. It's gonna fuck up everything.
Right? That's what I was saying too. We were just like, how about like the times that people gotta play and like the times that things are gonna air? How are they gonna?
Looking at that, while you're saying it's showing 3 hours behind Ontario
Right.
in the summer.
With daylight time permanent, BC summers would have the same time difference as we've known for decades. 3 hours behind Ontario. No, this is what it's currently. 1 hour behind Alberta, 1 hour ahead of Alaska, on the same time as Yukon and Washington State. Now, in the winter, on the other hand, BC would be 2 hours behind Ontario, on the same time as Alberta, 2 hours ahead of Alaska, 1 hour ahead of Yukon and Washington State. So for whatever reason, this makes more sense to them because they would be maybe less time behind or on par with other parts around the world. But I don't understand what is.
But that makes the time, the whole time, I don't know, man. Isn't that's what the whole daylight's about? It's having. I know they're doing it on. It actually helps us enjoy more daylight, right? Otherwise, if you think about it, if they're not switching the time back and forth, every year it's gonna get darker and darker during the day. So at nighttime it'll be light, during the daytime it'll be day.
Then it goes on to say that they would make, sunrise would be later and blah, blah, blah. But technically, it would be still the same fucking time. It's just not going to reflect the time that you're now choosing to, reference it as.
Exactly.
I get it. Unless it's like a whole mind state thing where it's like, people, like we talked about it recently. Some people get affected by this shit. Like, daylight time at the same time.
It messes me up with my medications.
Right. I mean, there's that. There's a seasonal depression. People don't like it getting dark earlier. Like, I get all that, but like
in the winter it gets dark. Period. All the time. It doesn't really matter. I mean, unless you're in the middle of January where you get the high pressure systems and stuff like that, and you get a lot of sunlight. With no clouds, no snow in January and stuff like that, where it's really fucking cold, and it's just you and the sky up there, man. That's different, right? You get some sunlight into you. But yeah, this time of year is the fucking worst, man. To be honest, I could have fucking hung myself yesterday, man. It just was one of those days, man. It was just, not a great day, and a lot of it has to do with this kind of shit, right? Like changing the times.
Move to BC because apparently that's.
Well, BC's miserable all the time, anyways. No, they just don't. They want to be different. It's just like Quebec. They want to be. Everybody in Ontario. Sorry, everybody in Canada just wants to be different. Look,
I believe this is something British Columbians want to see happen, and it's long overdue. Somebody's quoted to say.
They're fucking spiteful towards.
There are groups that have been advocating for this for a long, long time. The time is now.
Everybody
right.
has a group, right? There you go. There's a group for fucking daylight savings time.
Overwhelming support. You don't see that on many issues. I think I would be. Why though? I don't understand it. I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
This screams to me like the same type of people that don't fuck. Do you believe in global warming?
Hey, something's going on, but I don't
Absolutely.
know what the fuck it is, right?
No, but for you to speak, but you to say no, but there's a lot of strong contingency of people that have just joined this group of people that don't believe that there's anything going on. Okay, like it's just like weather's weather, and none of it has to do with any changing like of the actual. You know what I mean? Like the ice caps or whatever the fuck, they're talking about the air, the ozone layer.
Yeah, the shift of the planet and stuff like that. Who knows? Like, it's got something to do with that. It has to. And, I mean, with...
people that
I just feel like, you know what it is? Okay, we're in an atmosphere, right?
Such small-minded likeness.
But we're basically in, like, a room. With the ozone around us, we're basically in, like, a giant bubble, if you think about it.
Yeah.
The heat stays in because of the ozone layer, right? Everything stays down, and the clouds too, keeps everything warmer and whatever. The more and more people you stick in a room, what happens?
Yeah,
the room gets hotter naturally. You don't have to have the heat. It naturally gets hotter, right? or the more lights
Yeah.
you have on it.
So what you're trying to you relate this
I
to like the
feel
more
like-
people on the earth, the more it's gonna get like
Think about it.
yeah.
Think about the change. But if you look at a pattern, I guarantee you that there's a pattern out there that shows the increase of people and the increase in weather change, and the more asphalt that you put on the roads,
Right.
everything that attracts the heat.
Right. I'm sure you can come up with many reasons, but what I'm trying to say though is
They're trying to say that
the
there's
people
nothing.
that are advocating against it
Yeah.
have become this group. Like these other people, another group of these people, for instance, the flat earthers, the people that think that the earth is flat. Like that's a real thing. People
I still
actually
can't
think
believe
the
they
earth
believe
is flat.
that.
No, but that's what I mean. It's such small-mindedness and fucking just throwing your ignorance in the face of scientific reason
Well,
on
where
things.
have they been
But
for the last fucking 100 years?
this is not
Thousands of years.
this is not on the same level, but it's like the people that just refuse to believe or something or want to be part of something else. So they're like, I can believe that it's flat. Like, like fuck off. Like, what do you know?
There's pictures from outside of the planet. You know, from outer space. Okay, they show that the planet
Yeah.
is round.
Well, the
guys.
thing that they've always said is like, listen, do you think you could be in a boat and you're just gonna reach a point of the water, you're gonna fall off the side?
You know, I get what they understand. I get where they're coming from. It is, if you think about it, you don't feel the roundness while you're
Sure.
walking, right? You obviously don't feel it. And it looks like if you're walking to an edge, you're gonna fall
Yeah.
right off, right? But,
Yeah.
you know,
But we can't also explain why the
these
fuck
people
we're here to
haven't been
begin with.
watching
So
TV and
why?
reading the news. These are like Amish people, or they must be, or something like that don't read
No,
news.
there's like there's like
newspapers and stuff
legitimate
like that.
people I think that are actually smart that do believe in this. Like there's like
So
I
where's their theory though? There has to be they have to have a theory. They have to
Yeah.
have a reason why, right?
yeah.
How can you? Science has proved that the fucking world, the Earth is fucking round. What's their theory to
Well,
prove
lots
it's
of
not?
science has taken strides in proving that global warming is fucking real too, but people don't believe that. Now you got people that want to change the fucking time that they've
I just don't think it's as simple as the same thing as
This
how
isn't
many
as bad.
people
This
you
isn't
put
as-
in the world, in the room. Sorry, I still think it's just as that's what the global warming is. It's the same sort of concept, just at a bigger scale, and these people just don't like it, so they make up their own group and say, "Hey, we're going to go against it and just prove to you that it doesn't really do anything if you switch daylight savings time." Well, you know what? You tell us when it's fucking 6 o'clock in the afternoon and it's fucking
I just think it's gonna
Dark
be
as-
so confusing.
6
Like
o'clock in the morning and it's dark and fucking I don't know what I don't know. You know what I'm saying, right? Like 12 in the afternoon. and
yeah,
it's gonna
listen,
be,
I can't
you know,
even
midnight.
articulate or start to imagine how that's gonna affect everything,
time,
right? Like it's
yeah.
weird. It's just strange. Like why would you? Why? Like and then like you.
Well, technically, if
all
they don't
Canada
really switch
should
it at all in the winter or the summer, then it's every year it's going to go back to the same, like as us. It'll be with every summer it'll be 3 hours, and winter it'll
No,
be
but
2 hours.
But no, but think about it. If they were going to continue, let's say, doing this for the next like 25 years, does that mean technically they would have lost like a fucking full day?
No, really. To us, no. Maybe to them, yeah. But to us, I would think it's still because
I'm trying to wrap my head around it, like how
Yeah,
it'll
we're
affect
still
like
going by that same time. We're not gonna even think about what time it is over there.
Mhm.
Who cares if it's daylight savings time over there? or not?
Right.
That's their problem to deal with. We have it over here, so the only thing is that I would think it'd fuck up flights, it'd fuck up all kinds of scheduling, certain things, as it starts everything off because they're just not. It would say a certain time here, and they're used to it being like you said, 3 hours.
I'm just
or
saying,
whatever,
there's a
right?
reason why the summer days are long, and then when the winter nights are early fucking nights. Like, there's a reason why that happens. Like there's a reason why the Earth works the way it does, and for you to kind of fly in the face of that and just adjust to whatever the fuck I don't even know why there's such a strong opinion for them to change
Well,
it.
wouldn't that help out the cold
How so?
in a way that? Well, no. 'Cause
Wouldn't
you
change
want-
anything. The
I know
only thing,
you want more. I know in the winter. when the sun
ultimately
goes
it
down
won't
earlier-
change anything except for like scheduling, which you've pointed out in
Mm.
terms of like what we're expecting of now
Sports,
because we're all in the
stuff
same
like that,
time,
entertainment.
and yeah, exactly.
It's gonna take a while
Real-
to adjust.
Realistically, other than that, it's really not going to affect anything. It's just going to change their understanding and way of like life in terms of like, you know what I mean, and the time zone change between areas in Canada, right? Like
Yeah, I get that.
maybe
part.
there's more things that it's going to affect actually that we know about, right? Because we're not too smart
The
guys.
only
But
thing I'm thinking
It's
the
like-
only reason why is because now okay, if you're letting it, sorry, in the wintertime when the sun gets, when the sun goes down a lot earlier,
Yeah.
okay, you don't have as much daylight as you normally do, so that's what keeps the temperature cold.
Right.
But it's not going to really make a difference because it's just going to turn back in the spring. You know what I mean? So
Well,
they're
that's
not
what they
really
said. Once it goes
justifying-
back, it's really just more the winter that's going to be affected. They stated, like
yeah,
the winter
it's gonna
to
be
the
extra long.
yeah.
Right?
So like when we do the spring forward, then it's going to realign itself. They said for
Yeah.
the
And
so
then back to the
yeah.
winter, it fucks it up. It's just to give it more cold, I think, in the winter.
I don't know. I think it's just like people hate this time of year, so they're just making fucking any excuse to fucking change
try
things.
to make it
yeah.
better.
So
I don't think this time of year you can make it any better. Remember, Christmas is coming up soon, dude. So
well,
fuck that.
well
shit.
there's the whole thing that people want to change Halloween to the fucking last Saturday of the month because it's
Well,
too
they did that
inconvenient
month.
for them to do the thing with the. Well, Montreal fucking went ahead and like canceled fucking Halloween. Like
Well,
so.
they didn't. I don't know if they canceled it or they just moved it to the weekend.
They pretty much said, "Yeah, we're done with the Halloween today."
Yeah,
like,
we're done with it today. See, everybody wants to be different.
But that's what I mean. Like, why? There's a reason why it's fucking October 31st. This is a day.
Yeah.
Why don't we just fucking move Christmas
Well-
to another fucking day? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? Like,
There's all kinds of reasons. There's all kinds of reasons why it's October 31st and then November 1st, right?
I'm not
Like,
against
I mean,
change.
If you're a religious guy, I think it's because it's November 1st, as they call it, All Saints Day, so that's why it's always been on the 31st.
Right, and then December
I don't know,
25th
there's a
is supposed to
story
be birth
behind
of
it,
Christ
but
or
even
whatever,
if
right?
you're not religious, there's another story
Christmas
way
Eve.
of doing it, right? There's another way of thinking it. It's the same shit, right? So everybody's got.
Or is
their
that
own way.
Easter? Easter's birth. Is it Easter or
Yeah.
Christmas?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's Easter.
Easter something. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Easter
It's
is, no, Easter is a resurrection shit.
Yes.
So-
Yes. Thank you. I'm not that religious, so that's why I'm
Christmas
asking.
of the year,
Yeah.
he's being born.
I know you're not, but you know more about it than I do. So like,
Yeah, somebody's being born from.
you were
know,
brought up with having
immaculate-
family that was religious.
Immaculate conception. They weren't.
Yeah,
they just,
that's right.
They
You
just
just-
didn't
you
tell
just
anybody
became-
that
you
they
just-
fucking cheated on. She cheated on her husband.
Yeah.
That's all. Shh! Don't tell anybody. I gave away the secret.
Are you talking about marrying?
Yeah, she cheated on her husband and had some prodigal child.
This is news to me.
Oh man, anybody know that out there? Fuck.
Spoilers.
I think everybody's doing it nowadays. They
Spoilers.
started the trend. No, but they weren't allowed to
Anyways,
tell anybody.
it's a
back
bunch
then.
of bullshit. I just don't know.
I'm gonna stir it up there.
I'm not. I just don't understand. Like, I'm not against change. I know what people are saying. Some of them, they're like, "Well, just because we know it one way doesn't mean that we should always forever follow it being this way." And I understand that angle, sure, for some things, but some other things, like what, like there's so much other fucking shit going on in the world. This is what you're fucking bitching about. I don't know. It just
That's what they're worried about. They're worried that they're worried about the time that they change the clock back. But it doesn't matter when somebody on the other end of the world pushes a button and it blows the fucking place up. It doesn't matter what time
Yeah.
it is. And if there's
Doomsday
daylight-
clock is just looming
Yeah.
over fucking
It doesn't
head at
do
all
that.
times.
Yeah, it doesn't have daylight savings time.
Nice, yeah. Listen, guys, I want to trick or treat on Saturday. This is what I'm concerned about.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyways,
They ruined it. We had to trick or treat in the middle of the week. Fuck them. They got to trick or treat in the middle of the week if they have to. You know? That's it. It's more, and then you're ruining the parents too. The
Yeah.
poor parents can't go out and party on the weekend.
right?
Leave their kids with their
Yeah,
in-laws.
they can't dress like whores.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. So, but no, I can't grasp that concept
Yeah.
with the whole daylight savings time. And you know, I know that we do it, and if we don't do it, we're late for fucking work. But yeah. Other than
yeah, I
that,
thought you'd be on board with this. This the whole daylight sometimes daylight
I
savings
don't
times
know
really
what's
fucked you
about
up,
it.
right?
It does. It fucks me up, like I said, with my medication because it throws me off an hour. I gotta really, it's really, my medication's gotta be separate.
Right.
It's always gotta be, you know, kind of balanced almost to the T, really. It's fucking brain meds and they fuck you up in the head,
Yeah.
man. They really do. So, yeah, it messed me up on this weekend, on this daylight savings time for the first couple of days. And then, like I said, I seemed to bounce back on it today because I knew I was coming here to record, so it keeps me interested. Even though I spent fucking, you know, it was a pissy day. I had to spend $650 on my car that I could have done this shit myself if I would have just had the space to do it, right? But that part really fucking kills me. It's because I could have saved myself almost $300 in labor, man. You know.
It does suck, yeah.
It really does piss you off, you know, because you don't want to be spending that kind of money. I got a 15-year-old car, man. It runs like a fucking brand new one, but there's, you know, little things that are going here and there, and it's starting to fucking get annoying, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the day turned out good. Like I said, as long as I have my Tim Hortons stuff, right?
I think I'm gonna have to start doing some of my own research soon on mixing board if we ever are planning on getting one of those to upgrade the podcast around here.
That's what kind of pissed me off too, because I honestly, that's where my
money was going to probably go to.
Well,
seems like every time you want to
I still have some, right? But the thing is that the problem is that I didn't realize it was going to be that fucking much, right?
For the car.
Yeah, it's just because the way the motor's situated, it's a little bit, when you bring it to a shop, they're going to charge you the labor that it takes.
Right.
They go buy a book.
Yeah, it's like $50 an hour or some shit, right?
I like my mechanic, otherwise I'd be going somewhere else, and I'd be, getting it half-assed.
Yeah, no, a good mechanic's worth its weight in gold, bro.
It's like having a good doctor, man. There's a reason my car's still running after fucking 15 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had my nephew say it runs nicer than the newer cars they have at home.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't believe how old it was, and it's older than, the car's fucking older than him, man.
Yeah, no, it pays to have a good mechanic for
sure.
Shout out to families, by the way, and how difficult they can be at times. I just wanted to, you're not gonna outright vent today on the show, but
don't get me going, man, because I can vent. I don't want to, not right now on the show. But
I just wanted to throw it out there because I think everybody can relate, and I had a difficult last couple of days with some personal family stuff.
I think we both have, man. And
I wasn't even referring to you. I was actually referring more to myself in this.
I know. I just didn't want to say anything until you said it.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
So shout out to the difficult families. You know, we all got them. You all have those moments. That's why they're your family.
That's why they put up with our shit, right?
Yeah, exactly. To, right? I'm not perfect either, but
I am.
I just you gotta love the family. Family arguing though. You know, it's great. It's a good time.
You gotta love it, man.
Yeah, it's
keeps
me young.
Great entertainment for the week.
Keeps me young.
Makes for great entertainment.
So.
That should be my new hobby.
It's just I don't know. It's like I don't know how anybody. It's hard to manage your own life and then also help manage your family's lives as well, because you feel that you need to be somewhat involved, but are you involved enough? You know what I mean? Is always the question. And then when shit kind of goes wrong.
Tilts one way or tilts the other.
Yeah, so it's like, it's...
What side are you on? And then this and that.
And, even that's why in the past I negatively have advocated to you, even on this show, I feel that you got to separate yourself from some situations. Sometimes negativity is especially good or bad, and even if it's family, you know what I mean? Like, so, like...
Fucking sucks, but yeah, you do. I grew up with my family, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's different.
Don't worry, guys. Everything's good. I'm just bitching. It's just, disagreements and some unpleasantness, like even between siblings, let's
Nico
just say.
Nico loves you all. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to say it in so many
No,
ways.
I'm just saying, everyone has their gripes about, families. Not everybody gets, along 100% of the time. So I'm just throwing it out there. I think everybody can relate to that, and
shout out to Nico's mom because it's her birthday.
That's right. Yeah, it is. Thank you.
Yeah, because he didn't say it. I was waiting for him to say it.
Wow.
Because I know she needs to listen.
Let's just say this. I was going to get to that, but I wasn't actually... I had no gripes with her. I'm going to put that out there. We're good.
I'm not saying you are.
We're good.
Just because I remember you said it was her birthday day.
It was, so yeah.
And you're talking about family, so I said, oh, yeah, fuck, I think it's his
so
mom's
shout out to
today,
her.
So,
Happy birthday. But yeah, no, she doesn't watch this, so it don't matter.
I felt bad, too, because the other day I missed that lady that I live with there. Whose house I lived that day.
Yeah.
Right? I missed her birthday. It was the day I was messaging her son to ask when her mom's birthday was, and he was out at dinner with them, right?
Yeah.
And I told
the famous JT reassurance if it's the birthday or not text.
You know, I was like, because I gotta fucking make sure, is that the birthday or not? Like, sometimes it's
The
not.
worst is when you say it is,
Well,
and it's like
I'm
the day
usually good
before
at
or the
it.
day after, and you're like,
Yeah,
oops.
man, that was the worst. Because I actually text that day and asked him, when's your mom's birthday?
Yeah.
And the next day she's there. He never got back to me. And the next day she was there.
Yeah.
And I asked her, when's your birthday? It's coming up soon. And she says, it was last night. And I was like, oh, fuck. I wanted to get her something, you know. She's done a lot for me, and
Sure.
she's been around, you know. She's been there when I, you know.
Nothing can sting more, though, depending on the person, than almost like the afterthought of you mentioning the day after. Oh, yeah, by the way, happy
Dick,
birthday.
Well, no, it's because I knew it was coming up. I knew it was in November.
Not
but
to
I
make
just
you
didn't
feel
wait.
worse, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
To some people, that's a lot, right?
You
And
know?
I think at this point, I've
Well,
heard people say, if you have me on Facebook and you don't even have a second in your day when it says, hey, it's this person's birthday, wish them a happy birthday. If you don't even have a moment to say happy birthday, like, just take that person off your Facebook. Like, I've heard people say that before, because it takes a second out of your day. What does it matter, right?
Exactly.
But if you go back and look at my history, because I don't really post that much on Facebook, well, a little bit more now with the show and all.
Yeah.
But in the past, you could literally see year to year my birthday posts, because I would
Yeah,
never
because
like
you're never on it.
right.
But
And
now
so-
you start to see more.
But then year to year, it was less and less people that were reaching out to me and saying it.
Well, because you weren't on there. You
Right.
were probably on other social media.
No,
and
but
other
just
stuff
because
like that.
as even we go through our life, I don't talk to a lot of those people as
Yeah.
much. Like a lot of people on the Facebook, until I went through and pruned it, like trimmed it down in the release
I
of
still
our
have quite a
podcast.
few.
No, I did that, man. I got rid of a lot of people on my Facebook. I actually took the time to go through it all prior to launching this. Probably should have taken a few more people off, like some of these work guys now that are referencing our show and fucking not really teasing me about it, but they see me in the halls. A couple of these guys now, like, hey, what's going on with your show? I need to make a comment. I tried, it didn't work. I'm like, do you have a YouTube account? He's like, no. I'm like, well, that's fucking why.
Yeah, subscribe, man.
So
Subscribe,
guys, hit
damn
fucking
it.
subscribe. Sign into your fucking accounts if you don't got one. It takes 2 fucking minutes. Anybody can figure it out. Even this fucking guy over here, JT.
Just sign up with your Google account, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
If you
that's
have a
all
Google
you have to
account,
do.
it is. You can link it right to your Google. That's what I do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're all linked in here over here, Late Night Chat. So fucking do yourselves a favor and subscribe.
Because you know what? Otherwise, you don't get to see this beautiful face and that one.
Oh,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's dirty. I haven't shaved in fucking months. Hey, I should lend him some of this.
Very
hair
shaggy
here.
right now, yeah.
He's got a nice little bald spot right here. Where his chin
I
is
do. It
supposed
doesn't
to
grow.
be. No, that's from a lot of rug munching, dude. That's what it's from, mate.
Yeah, I was waiting for the joke of maybe something that was hitting my chin of possibly,
Hey,
but
at
the
least
rug munching works.
that works. I wasn't gonna say balls or anything. You would have probably said that to me, man. But fuck, this tickles the fancy, eh? All everybody, even the gay guys are liking it now.
Tickles the fancy.
Hey, I told you, I get compliments from both sexes, which is fucked up. I don't know which one to go for now. I'm gonna go listen to that new Joyner song a few more times.
I had a friend who will remain nameless here. I won't reveal who it was, but one time there was a gay guy that was hitting on him in a bar, and he wanted to buy him drinks. So he's like, "Hey, how about you buy drinks for the boys?" So he basically took one for the team, and he kind of just kept talking to him and like not hitting on him, but
One
just
for
you
the
know,
team.
yeah, you know, just kind of being nice and stuff, kind of just like chatted him up. And he ended up buying all of us a couple of rounds, right? It was kind of cool. So like, nice
Is
guy.
it wrong
Shout out to
refer
that
them
guy.
as the gay guy?
The guy who did that, I don't know his name.
I mean,
I didn't know
don't
that it was
wanna
a stranger.
I know it's my buddy and all that, and so I don't like.
Oh, your
like,
buddy. I thought you meant the guy I was referring to in the story.
So
No.
I don't wanna say his name if he doesn't want me to
Some
say
people,
his name.
some
right?
Mike, you can just
Let's
say my
put it
gay
this way.
friend.
Let's just say Bert. Let's just say Bert.
You're like that
girl
guy.
named Bert.
You're guilty of it now. You're like that guy that basically just wants everybody to know that they have a black friend. You're like, hey, by the way, my friend is black.
Hey, by the way, I have a gay friend.
Yeah.
It's okay, guys.
No, but there's
And I have a
people.
black friend.
You know, there's people like that though that
No, I
really
know.
go out of their way to be like, hey guys, like, we
Well,
call
that's-
my gay friend now.
It's like I was watching on American Horror Story, that show, man. They have it.
Token black guy and the
Well, they knew she made a good comment about
in the horror
that. She
movies, that's
says,
what it is, though,
The
right?
horror movie, you have the final
Yeah.
white girl,
Yes.
and you have the two genders of the people that are black.
I'm not caught up on that, but
No,
yeah, go
but the
ahead.
people that are black, they always get killed off first,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So then you have that final white girl. Like
Yeah.
she's trying to explain how it works, right?
Any movie where they've taken the swerve of like actually keeping the black guy as one of the remaining people alive is pretty cool and unexpected in those horror movies. There's one actually that came to
Well, there's
Hill
a lot
on Haunted
nowadays.
Hill House on Haunted Hill House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
That movie is actually one in particular that I think I watched this past Halloween season. That is, I mean, I've seen it before, but that's actually one of the ones I think that is that few exceptions. It's a black guy and a young hot
See, but
chick
I don't
at the
think
end
it
of
goes
it.
like that anymore, man. I don't
No.
think it's all like that anymore. That's why when they're
They're the last
referencing-
living ones though at the
it's
end of the
fucking
movie.
funny because they're referencing 80s horror movies, right? In that one, in this last new
Right, this
season.
was like a '90s movie. Yeah.
So I mean, they're even early '90s because early '90s would have been Scream, right? Because I think they're referencing
that they made
some
a
parts.
joke about that in
And
Scream.
I Know
I
What You Did
remember.
Last Summer,
Yeah,
right?
they
So
made
they-
jokes about it in that.
They have a few of them.
when
but
they all like,
also-
let's separate, and they're like, no, let's fucking not separate.
I mean, yeah, everybody dies, but nobody dies.
Yeah.
That's the gist of it right
Yeah.
now so far, right? But it's a really good season this year. If you like those corny '80s horror style films, right? Like I said, they even did
Slasher films.
Yeah, they even did American Horror Story, the AHS, right? They did it like Friday the 13th with the red paint. I'm surprised they were allowed to do it because it almost looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they had to get a copyright thing.
I don't know.
Because I don't know if they've copyrighted it from back in the day like that. They would have thought
I
to
don't
do
know.
that, but that's like it's got to be a trademark for Friday the 13th, right? So you know what I mean? It's been pretty crazy, the whole series.
It's been a pretty good show. It's flowed pretty well. I think
don't
we've
even
touched
think
on
we've-
quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't even had to look up at your notes, man. That's
No.
kind of weird. We're just moving along. We're getting good at this. It's
Some
almost
would say.
it's almost like we've done it before. We might not even have to edit much down to this one either.
I don't think so. No, I think
Except
we're
for
pretty
that
good to
video mishap that Nico did a little while ago. You know, where I got stuck staring at his ass.
go. Now that it's not going to be in there, people will be like, "What?"
Yeah, at the end, right at the end, they're gonna start hearing, "What the fuck is this guy
What have I
talking
told you?
about?"
What did I just say about people fucking watching the video now that are gonna
I-
they tease me about certain things? You're just fucking.
That's why I do it, man.
Yeah.
You know, why not, guys?
I don't
If
like
you can
putting
tease
myself
him,
out
tease
there
him.
too much,
I
Jay.
know he's a very shy guy.
I am.
But
I'm a
when-
very
when
private
people-
guy.
When people come to me like this, if I don't know you, it's kind of weird, but I roll with it, right? He goes a little bit more
Yeah,
shy.
right. You fucking just talk to people off on the street. You fucking.
It depends on the day, man. Like today, I can go out and fucking do whatever. I feel like, you know, like I told you, there's certain days I just feel
Mhm.
better than other days. You know, like it's just I deal with a lot of my fucking own issues, and if it wasn't for that yesterday too, because between you and Adrian, you guys helped me out a lot, man. You know, he took a time out of his day to actually drive down to see if I was all right yesterday. I was not having a good day. It got in my head and all that stuff. And I was wondering what today was going to be like, and then I just woke up in the morning and I said, you know what, I'm doing a podcast tonight, so fucking right.
Got something to look
Regardless.
forward to, right?
The only
Yeah.
thing the only thing that really got me was, like I said, is that $650 fucking
It
bill
stings.
before I had
Yeah.
to come down.
That
before I had to
stings.
come
That
down here.
stings
But
for
you know
sure.
what? Like I said, the car has been running. It feels totally different. Even I drove it down here on the highway.
Yeah.
And I was getting this like little hesitation before, and you know what? Now it's just no hesitation. As soon as I gave it gas, it went. Right? Like the only problem is the shocks are gone. It's like being in.
Oh yes,
fucking-
yeah.
Especially on the Gardner, man.
It's like a
You're just
boat.
going like
Yeah.
and I see people behind me moving lanes because I think they feel like the whole back end is
Yeah.
just gonna jump off the ground,
Well,
right?
you're driving a hoopty now, bro.
That's
You're
right,
just like.
man. You know, like I was listening to the new Yellow Wolf in that fucking car, right? And that car's got a lot of bass, right? And
You
need it.
already got speakers in your trunk. That's
And
all you
he's-
need to do is just pull up somewhere.
It's
Fucking
long, like they drive down
Yeah.
south. He's got the box Chevys, right?
The
Like
Chevy
70
DeVille or whatever
Yeah,
the fuck.
79, like old box Chevys.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, sure.
Right? He's doing that ghetto cowboy thing now.
Mhm.
It's actually not a bad album, man. You should take a listen to it.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
week.
Talk
I'll
about
have to
that a little
send that
bit.
to
You actually want to touch on
know,
it. You
I
had mentioned
think
it last episode, but you hadn't really listened to it at
No,
that
I
point. Go
remember
ahead.
we were trying to figure out if it was his
Last album,
song,
yeah.
last album. Sorry, from Shady Records.
Yes.
No, which was the last one was Trunk Music. There was Trial by Trunk Music 3. It was a shit.
It was not that good. No, it's
I had a
forgettable.
couple-
Very
yeah,
forgettable.
very forgettable.
Yeah.
But this one here is more like reminds me more of Hotel
Okay.
in that sense.
Oh, nice.
In
That's
sense
high
where it's got
praise.
a
I
nice-
loved Hotel.
It's
Yeah.
got a good beat.
Okay.
It's got, you know, I think he picked up a lot from working with Shady Records, because you can see even that style beat he's using now,
Yeah.
even that style rhyming too, right? Like he's always had that. He's fast, but he's not. He's kind of slowed it down in this one.
Let me ask
But
you.
he's going two different stances on things.
Right.
Right. Like he's changing from like you know a song style to like actually rapping and you know back and forth through songs. It's and the beats are really good. Like I said, for cars, they're great. The only thing I don't like is that all these guys are doing it nowadays, and it's driving me nuts because I keep thinking my subs are fucking broke, they blow on me or something. But they're cutting out the bass completely, that whole bass line for a few seconds.
Yeah.
And it throws me right off because it basically
drops.
shuts my whole
Right.
subs off, right? And all I hear is highs.
Right.
Right? So I got no bass, and I think, what the fuck? And I'm like, not the amp again.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not the amp.
Let me ask you something. Do you think Eminem's a good producer? Like, does he make good beats? Do you think?
I don't know I don't know who's doing like if he does all his beats. I don't
No,
think
I'm
he
not,
does
I'm not
all
even.
his.
I'm not even referring to
But
Yellow.
even-
He has done some of Yellow
I don't
Wolves,
know
but I'm just
if he's
no.
a beat maker. To be honest with you.
Because you know how he's dabbled in that over the years and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But that's, you know, a short answer. Do you think he's good or not?
If some of those are his, I don't think they're good. If certain albums are his, there's certain albums that were great, and I don't think all of them were his. Those are more Dre produced beats. And don't get me wrong, anybody that works with Dre could probably pick up a thing or two.
And that's basically
over
why
the
he
years,
started.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But you needed also somebody like Dre to make a beat to go for a guy like to make a beat to for a guy like Eminem to rap on, right?
I agree. No, I agree with you. I don't think he's that good of a producer. I don't think he's that strong of a
And I don't
producer.
think
Not to
that's
say that
why
he's
the
never.
record labels haven't really taken off.
No. I'm not blaming that either. No, I mean.
I mean, he's had his own issues. I think it's, but I still don't think he has that in him. Like he's a perfectionist, but when it comes to his own stuff, and some people aren't always the same.
I think that he caters his beats, his production, a lot of it to himself, though.
But that's what I mean.
No, but that's what I mean. I don't think he's a good producer. Like he was not somebody that you'd want to make a beat for you. You see what I'm saying?
You might get the one-ofs like that are really.
He's made good ones.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe we should check our stats and talk about this again in a future
I don't know
episode.
if
That's
he's
why I
done
kind of
the
put it out
Renegade
there.
Track. Who did that one? The Renegade.
Not
one?
him. No, that was Dre, I believe.
Was it?
Yes, let's look into this a little bit and then continue this conversation because to be
that
honest,
is a weird one. I
yeah,
never
to be
thought about it.
yeah, let's look into it a bit more and then talk about it
Like if he
because.
was doing beats for Cassius and stuff like that, and those I didn't like. That wasn't.
But that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of the stuff that I had heard that he had produced, I wasn't a fan of. But
He's
now,
more of a rock style.
if I'm sitting here trying to think of which ones that is, I'm having a hard time pointing out which songs he may have produced. Right, but I don't think he's done. I don't think he's a great producer though. But
you also got to remember too that
he's
listened
good.
to a different genre of music, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck happened there.
Did you pull out a cord?
Can you save it? I don't know. I don't think it came out. It just went. There we go.
There we go. Okay.
What happened?
Your headphone pop out or something?
No, man. I didn't touch nothing.
Sometimes that happens. Soon because there's probably want so much data for the video too.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there.
Yeah, all right. I don't think he's a great producer though. Like I just I don't know. But let's continue this conversation in the future. I think
you gotta remember. Like I think he listened to a different genre of music.
Yeah.
Than growing up.
Hillbilly shit. Like
yeah,
I mean,
more white people stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't get it. He got it that probably heavy duty hip
he's
hop.
a huge. I mean, he's a huge
But
hip
don't
hop
get me
fan.
wrong,
But
like
influences, yeah.
When you go back, like some of these guys like Dre and stuff and Snoop and stuff, they listen to real old R&B tracks and real that have a rhythm and bass style beat.
For instance, something I did know that he did, a lot of those tracks that he does that he did over his last few albums where he does like old school rock things, those are his. Like those are and they weren't very strong, some of them. Like some of them I'm like, I get it, man, you're taking fucking what songs did you?
Like I know he's taking ones from
Sweet Home Alabama, and you're flipping it, and you're making a beat out of it. It's cool, but it's like it's not really the most ideal beat to rap to always. You know what I mean? But he makes it work for him. But if you gave that track to anybody else, they'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
would it
Right?
happen?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so that's what I want to see for my way back playback today. I want to see
Yeah.
who actually does that beat. I should check my stats right
Yeah,
now.
go ahead.
You know,
But
yeah.
anyways, Jay like recently posted one of his more favorite songs from him, the Deja Vu song, which has a higher meaning to it, I think, whenever you end up posting that online, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it got me listening to Relapse again today, and just the awing over the genius that was that album. I mean, just because I think it's one of his most underrated albums. It is the before he got clean, when he was getting off of the drugs and trying to flush them out of his system, and he came out with this weird fucking serial killer concept fucking album. And it was like, it was like the first one that came out after
It was his
Encore.
sixth studio album, yeah.
So it was after Encore, wasn't it?
Yeah, Relapse.
Yeah.
It has to be after.
So it was like when he took that
That was my
fucking, he
favorite
took that
design.
long hiatus, and then when he came back with this album and the accent and all these things, people were like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. But if you really sit back, and we've talked about it probably before on the show in the past, but I just got to say it again, and listen to the way he rhymes and puts words together on that album, it's amazing. No one else could have done that. Like, honestly, like the way...
Yeah, it was his first album of original material since Encore.
Yes.
So that's 5 years
Right.
after
Right.
Encore.
And then he basically fell off the face of the planet. So then, of course, at that point, when everyone heard that he was going to be coming out with a new album...
4-year hiatus, he said. It said 4-year hiatus
Right.
from record due to writer's block and an addiction
drug
to
addiction.
prescription
Yeah.
sleeping medication. See, that's why I don't take sleeping medications, dude. I might have a blast with it.
Right.
And yet again, what happened again? Is it you? Is it me? It's not me.
It's you.
Is it?
Yeah, because that was coming off of your mic.
Something, it's this thing. It's this cord because I didn't wrap it the right way. Touch is wrong, right?
Yeah.
Right there before that big thing there.
I got it right there.
I didn't see delete track. That would have fucked it up, eh?
Oh, no, I can bring it back.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You can always undo. I'm probably sure on mine you can undo too, right?
On Audacity? Yep.
But on anything like on an Apple or
Yep.
whatever.
Whoa, you were talking twice there, too? Sounds weird, no? Oh, it's because maybe just the connection's been
Maybe
thrown off.
because if I face this way too, I catch your thing, right?
Maybe. No, I think we're okay, don't worry.
So if you have it saved right now in case I adjust this.
Did you unplug that?
No, never unplugged. I think it was falling because remember your cord's right here. Look, and it's very. That's why I had it up on here last time.
Yeah, okay,
Remember?
it's fine.
Next time we're gonna do it like that because there's something wrong. It doesn't want to stay in there good.
Okay, hold on.
We might need to get a new one. Well, you can stop at writer's block and then I can do that.
Yeah,
part
no,
there.
I got it here.
Because I think we're good there. I can say writer's block and drug addiction, right?
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, so because of all that writer's block and everything that he came back out with an
Yeah.
album that was sick. I mean, look at the fucking album art is just amazing there. It's his fucking face
Made out of pills, yeah.
right? So, like I said, it was his sixth studio album, and this probably was one of my favorite.
Yep.
Of all time, just
Yep.
because you can really relate, especially if you deal with a lot of mental health issues and stuff like that. You know, I'm not saying I'm into crazy drugs, but I'm into dabbing around a little bit.
Sure.
I think everybody messes, but I'm into heavy duty, smoking of weed
Right.
and that kind of shit. So that'll fuck you up in your head a little
But what
bit.
was impressive was not only was it a themed album, it was just again the way he rhymed, like
But it
the way.
went right from the beginning to the end. Like it
Yeah.
flowed and it made it perfect.
Well, he did
like
that shit that he had talked about in that other song, the Yellow Brick Road, the compound syllables, the sounds
Yeah.
combined shit. Because like even if you look at the here, like just quickly,
Compound
I'm just gonna show you.
syllables are crazy.
Yeah, so like the way
he does it.
he put the words together.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No, and that's what drives is really good about what he does. If he really gets into that thing, he can really mess with the syllables.
Okay, so here the intro to this episode was
he's
"Stay
sick.
Wide Awake," and
Yeah.
this is because when he put up "Deja Vu" earlier,
This
the
is
end
an
of the week,
awesome song.
I basically started listening to a couple of songs today, and this was one of my favorite ones. And listen to the way I'm just gonna read you what he says, like the way he flows in this. Hold on. Like,
This album actually makes me feel good about myself because it's actually a great fucking album. You like to think that it was a downer, but you know what? This is just to let you know that everybody's human and you relapse once in a while. And there's a lot of people I know out there that suffer with drug addiction and they try to keep everything good. But you know what? It's okay to relapse once in a while because sometimes the greatest material and the greatest stuff that comes out of relapsing
coming out of the
comes out
darkest
of
points in
yeah,
people's lives.
you
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
You gotta hit that rock
Well, that's
bottom.
where most artists that's everyone always thinks like the drug years are the most interesting because they're the most creative at that time, which for him it was. But anyways, yeah, like listen to this. Like he's like, I think I smelled the scent of a placenta. Okay, placenta. I enter Central Park. It's dark. Okay. Park, dark, it's winter in December, linking back the fucking rhyme to placenta. So he's already linking back line to line
He's
the
jumping
rhyme like
off
you
of
normally
lines, yeah.
would. But leading up into those rhymes, he's rhyming smaller words together. So now this is a skill. Like they would do something like
It's not
that and
easy.
for it to make sense. And yeah, it's a pretty wacky album. He says some pretty fucking outlandish things in this. And I think, again, some people didn't like the subject matter. But you got to remember, it's the
Sometimes
mind
you
of a
have to-
serial killer, the shit
Yeah,
that he's going
and
through. And
sometimes
crazy
you
person.
have to tweak that way you say it
Yes.
and deliver it,
Which is
just
why
so
the
that it
accent-
sounds like it rhymes.
Which is why he fucking started that whole
more.
accent shit. Yeah.
It sticks out.
I see my target with my car and park it. Okay, and I approach her tender, young girl by the name of Brenda, and I pretend to befriend her. Like you see just the
That
way
whole,
like
that whole
rhymes.
2 lines.
Yeah.
The whole 2 lines rhyme,
okay.
but not the way you would think.
So like he's even using words that aren't really words. Like because
sit down
like
beside her, like a spider. Hi.
you might'a. Like he had to
Yeah.
use the word might'a because
to
he had to
feel that
rhyme
A.
the thing with spider and behind her and all that other fucking shit he said before. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like so he was cheating in a way a little bit, but
Because
he
it's
was,
not really.
yeah. It's not
It's
proper English,
no,
not
it's
proper
not.
grammar, but like
But
the
then
way
if you get to Brenda rhymes with, like it said, with Maida, right?
Yeah.
So he kind of just fucks around with some words because you know what? It actually sounds right. And the way he delivers it with his funny tone
Yeah.
and all that stuff, yeah, it does work.
yeah, this is. I just want to say one final part here before you get into your way back playback, and then there's this line right here, which is always a favorite of mine here, where he says, "Hide in cyanide, girl. You can try to hide. You can try to scream loud, like the hide in cyanide and all that shit." That we again, these are fucked up things that he's saying. I get it, but it's just like. And then he's like, murder, I'd rather go vim vim, and now you can just hear the sound. Like,
Look at those words with the umbrella. Where is
yeah,
it?
yeah. Oh.
That was on this. This was
Yeah.
on this one too.
Yeah,
Where is
yeah,
it?
yeah.
You just missed the line.
Yeah,
it
there
goes.
you go.
Where the fuck is it?
It's at the bottom, right here, I think.
I can't even see umbrella. Open it up.
Right here.
Where's it?
Right here.
Oh, assaulted. What do you say? Heard of me before.
Fuck you with an umbrella
Right,
and open it when the shit's
Assault-
inside you.
Fuck you with it. Fuck you with an umbrella. Then open it up when the shit's inside you. That is creative. Okay. Who would ever think to open up a fucking umbrella inside a vagina?
Well, it's some
Or an
some
asshole
serial
or
killer
whatever.
shit, right?
That's some
Yeah.
sick shit. That's
Yeah.
some awesome stuff, dude. That's some. Oh man, I'm sorry, man. but-
Anyways, I love the
But-
genius. That's right, genius of this album. I
You-
honestly I do. I think it's
You
just the
think-
structure. If you look at the structure of the rhyming,
Yeah.
it's insane. Like I think any rapper would take inspiration from this. If you can get over the content, which a
Yeah.
lot of people didn't dig, and if
Yeah.
you can get over the
Took him
accent,
2 years.
this
to
is
do
one
album.
of this is one of the most underrated albums of his, and it's honestly like in my top 5. Honestly,
Oh, it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
probably one of the. It's probably because I just can relate the way that not relate like saying I'm gonna fuck somebody with an umbrella,
Right.
but I can think. I mean, I trust me. I've thought of weird things like some of the shit that he said on here before, and it's an awesome fucking song, man. I mean,
I
this
just
whole
don't-
album.
I just don't think any of his albums that followed this one have been as good as this one.
No,
honestly,
it's 10 years old now. This album, right?
Recovery was good. I liked
Yeah.
Recovery, and I liked this newest one, the fucking Kamikaze.
Yeah, but you didn't like the one before it.
No, I didn't like the 2 before. There was a couple. There's Slim Marshall Mathers LP 2. That was terrible.
Yeah.
And I thought the one after that, the one with the American flag on it, Revival, that was not that great either in my opinion. But it was better than Marshall Mathers. My least favorite was actually no. I think Revival probably was because the Marshall Mathers LP there was one fucking song I really loved on that album, even though I don't think it's a great album either. It's the one where it's basically the continuation of Criminal. Like speaking on skits, there's the continuation of him running off in fucking Criminal after they rob the bank, and it leads right into this fucking skit on that song at the start of it, and that was for me. Like, to call it Marshall Mathers LP 2 and to pick up right where they left off that skit, I was fucking like, I was fanboying out, bro. I was like, this is the best. Like,
It's like this one too. This one here, when it starts off with him leaving the doctor's office,
Yeah.
and the doctor telling him about the steps. And dude, this was the best one of the good skits too. And he was like,
Yeah.
he's trying to get clean, and the doctor's saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter." You
Yeah,
know, It's the devil talking to him, and this whole song.
Well, Slim Shady, right?
Yeah, it's the devil's side.
It's always Slim Shady.
But no, not this.
Not
guy
that
who-
one, but I'm just saying usually
Yeah,
that's
usually it
the evil side of him, right?
Right.
Is the Slim Shady.
But Paul
alter
helps
ego.
write that. Paul Rosenberg helped
yeah.
write that one with that guy.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Anyways,
yeah.
get into your way
My
back playback
for
here. Yeah.
today is just a song that, you know, when I go through some rough times, this is the song that kind of reminds me of. It's just deja vu, man, because everything feels like deja vu sometimes, man. You know, I was thinking the other day, and I had just told Adrian that I felt yesterday the same way I felt last year when we started this, right? And it's kind of weird.
It's around the same time of year,
Yeah,
and this
I
is
said to him,
kind of
I
like
said, it is around the same time of year, and I said
where the
fuck.
podcast almost stopped before it started, right? Yeah, that was rough.
It was rough, right?
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
and I think you kind of got me ahead of myself with reminding me that it's gonna be fucking Christmas soon. You fucker. I mean, now it's in my head. Whatever. I'm
Yeah.
over it, right? But yeah, it's just that time of year, man. And
Yeah.
It's hard for everybody. It's just, you know, I got everybody's outside the city. We all live far away. And it's a little bit harder to see each other every time, especially when you work in retail. You don't
Yeah.
really have much time off, right?
Right.
So, and you know, everything's like deja vu this time.
And
of
if
year,
we've
man.
used this as a way back playback before because we couldn't recall, it's
I
it's
can't
deja
remember.
vu.
It's like deja vu right now. That's it. It might be deja vu. I'll go back.
Jay
and
might
listen
have to
it.
do this again in another 8 months. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, you never know. It could be sooner. It could be later, right?
But you know he's gone through some shit if he does play it. There's
if you
the,
see this on my
stay clear.
on my Facebook, man, yeah.
Reach
watch
out.
or
Reach out, actually. Reach out
Actually,
and
you know
say,
what? Maybe,
yeah,
maybe
reach out.
reaching out might
Reach
be
out.
better. I'll try not to put it on too much, guys, but yeah.
But yeah, without further ado, here's Deja Vu for you guys.
And
Thank
hey,
you.
Don't forget to subscribe because, like I said, this whole album's got to do with mental health.
Yeah.
Mental health, your prostate, your balls, all that shit. Let's take care of that.
Subscribe
guys.
to the YouTube channel and please donate
I
money
will
to
get
his
rid
cause
of
for
all
this
his
month,
fucking
November.
hair, but you can't see it. I'll try and take a shirtless picture if you guys
It's
want.
gonna happen, guys. Let's
I
get
look
it
like,
done.
What's his name? Joaquin Phoenix. If I take a picture with my shirt off, how bony
Oh
I am.
God.
That'd be scary. But yeah, back to our song. But yeah, here's our way back playback, guys. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. Yeah, it's 41 episodes.
Jeez,
And
yeah.
we're on our way to 50.
And a
Nico's-
year
I'm
and a year
driving
of
him-
doing this.
Yeah, and a year of doing it. Honestly, it's been a year, so it's kind of like almost a happy birthday sort of. I don't know exactly what day, but it was in November. I remember that. So, but
We'll
without
have to check our
Nico
stats
here,
on that. Yeah.
I thought about that today, and that's why I'm kind of a little bit more happier today because Nico's put up with my shit for a whole fucking year. You know what? Honestly, the stuff that he's listened to with me in the last year, it's got to be like deja vu every 6 months, anyways, right? So
It's all good, man. It's all
You know.
good. This has been a fun experience for
It's
me as well.
awesome,
You know,
man.
don't have to fucking put yourself down at all whatsoever because
Yeah.
it's been fun. It's been a good, interesting experience. And listen,
and just
a
hopefully
year
get
ago,
better.
as I've talked about on the show before, I thought I was gonna step away from doing all of this and fucking and dedicating more free time to
Steered 'em
myself.
back in.
But look, here I am. Here I am doing this,
That's
and
it.
now we're doing more than ever. We're putting out more content than I ever have on any platform, and we're doing it our own way, right? So
Yeah.
that's what's made it a big
Slow
fun
and steady
experience.
and learning.
And all you haters out there, or anybody that I may have collaborated with the past, and I'm sorry things may have not worked out the way that we wanted them to, but you know, this is something I had to do and not something I planned on doing. And listen, you know, it works for me and it works for what we got going on, right? So,
And I got no life, so I'm always good.
so there you have it. All right, guys.
All right, till next
Deja
time.
vu. See you guys next time.
Yeah.
Episode 42.
Later.
Later.